Good evening, guys. Good evening, class. How are you doing? Hold on, didn't show up on my thing. Let's see. Toby, thank you for checking out reading. Hi, buddy. Reading programs. How to, a guide to coding from the class library. Crow, thank you for checking out Connect 4, how to start a human centipede from the class library. Yeah, good evening, buddy. How you doing? See, it's seven streams in a row. You haven't been going to sleep early. I'm sorry for your sleep. So, well, how are you guys doing today? How's everything going? I'm here. I'm alive. I haven't been doing well for a while. That's kind of what we're going to talk about. I wrote a letter back in April, but I wrote a letter. um, yeah, okay, so I don't remember if it was before you went to bed or not last night, Toby, but basically I'm gonna be taking until the 19th off. Taylor, thank you. Check out Stone in a Hard Place, a dwarven erotic romance for the class library. You a burrito? Oh, hell yeah, burrito. Yeah, no, I have. Yeah, thank you, Toby. So I mean, I've never really been secretive about it. Like, I had a shitty childhood, right? Like, um, like I said, we were poor. Like, I never knew if we would have food on the table poor. Me and my mom, like, she didn't want me. She made it known. Then, you know, her side of the family was super devout Baptist, which leads to this whole thing of, you know, hey, you should give everyone the shirt off your back, and your own feelings are completely invalidated. And I get stuck in those ruts where I will just go with whatever else anyone else wants to do and never put my foot down and never do anything else, because in my mind, anything I want to do is secondary. And that's something I've always had trouble shaking. And so I'm sure everyone's noticed that I've been crashing out a lot more lately, which has been quite a long going thing, actually. Like, over a year. It's just I've been able to hide it better until the last few weeks. Not to say that's all bad. There were ups and downs and stuff. But, like, yeah, so I don't... See, the thing is, like, the thing I really want to give up to, like, reset myself is something I can't give up, because I need to pay my bills. And so... Yeah. Oh, thanks, Toby. Love you, buddy. Yeah, but the thing I really want to give up to reset is something I can't, because I need to pay my bills. So obviously, I can't go quit any of the jobs right now. So this, unfortunately, has to be the thing that bends, despite it being the place I want to be. So, yeah. But that's why, because also I don't think I could stay away super long. We're only going to the 19th. We're going to be doing Eldest Minecraft birthday stream. We're going to try to hit the ground running. I'm going to be going back to primarily doing painting streams is the plan. One day I'll get around to making the lore videos and stuff I want to make, but I hate hearing my own voice, so so editing is a fucking nightmare. But yeah, like, it's gotten bad. Every time I do anything wrong, like, even like, normally I can let it slide, like, you know, the whole joke, like, tank and all things like that's really how I am in real life. I've always been if my friends don't have to suffer it, or if I can take some of the pain on myself, you know, I'm strong enough to deal with it. I've always been that way. Even if I really don't like what's going on, I might bitch about it, but, like, I'll still do it. And but normally it's like, lately, anytime I screw anything up, it's been like, okay, well, I failed everyone around me. I hear mom's voice in my head telling me how shit I am, how shit I'll always be, and it's just this wonderful mental health cycle. So Taylor, if Taylor's still here, Taylor's literally dealt with me crashing out about that before. But yeah, it's a lovely time. So that's what's gonna be. We're gonna be taking a hiatus. I have to help Blues with something tomorrow night, but I won't be live for it. We'll be doing on his channel tonight. We're gonna talk about with Aurora about we're gonna talk for a little bit here and everything. But tonight we're gonna talk about with Aurora about Timesplitters Rewind, which I don't know anything about, but Timesplitters. Sorry, Timesplitters Rewind, which I don't know anything about, but she was actually involved in the process of making it. So, like, she's, like, really excited for it. We're gonna be checking it out once it comes out too. Yeah. I know it's like you need. I appreciate it, Toby. I legitimately, so I had back in April, I had, like, it's not the darkest spiral I've had. I've had some pretty dark spirals. Like, I appreciate it, Crow. I love you guys. But I legitimately wrote a letter I was gonna just post back in April about, like, if one day I'm not here, please make sure, you know, blah blah blah. And it was not the darkest time I've been in, but, like, it was definitely up there. If I'm one day not here, please take care of Lunecra and the kids. Please, you know, treat them well. You know, blah blah blah. Yeah, it got bad. I still have it, actually. I never deleted it. I go back and read it, like, every so often when I'm, like, getting into my spirals. It's like, don't let yourself hit this point again. Don't do it. Don't do it. Like, normally I can do it. Normally I can let it slide, but just with everything else going on lately, and just, you know, even the strongest shield will break after repeated hits. Like, you know, sometimes you need to retemper it. So, like, that's kind of where we're at. Anyway, sorry to start that off so dark tonight. I hope you guys are doing well. But yeah, so that's the current plan. Is I'll be gone. I'll be around in the Discord if people ping or chat or something. I'll look at it, and but I'm not gonna probably be. All right, so that's one thing I've always tried to be, is like, I always, like, with everything going on in the world, and like I feel like you guys know a pretty good where I sit on most things at this point. I don't broadcast it because that can cause massive problems with my job, but like, I try to be a place where people can escape the horrors of society and stuff, and like be that, like, hey Blue, like be that, like, that area where you can kind of give it all up and stuff, and that's, yeah. So I feel bad about having to do stuff like this. Hey Steel. Yeah, but like I said, I'll be around in the Discord. I mean, obviously, like, there's you guys are my friends, like, first and foremost. Like, this is where I want to be and stuff. We'll be coming back. When we get back, we're gonna be hitting the ground running. I'm gonna try to convert back to doing mostly miniature painting streams, with a few exceptions, as opposed to it being the exception again, which is what I've always wanted to do. But like I said, I have a severe martyrdom complex from childhood trauma that I have a really bad problem shaking. So anyway, how was Warhammer Blue? I didn't get a chance to watch it. Work was hell today. But yeah, so. Or Warcraft. Yes, I meant Warcraft. Orcs and humans. Or you're playing the first one. Orcs and humans. I see you had the pivotal Warcraft experience then? Oh, thank you, Toby. Here I am pouring my heart out, shirtless. Side note, happy Trench Crusade Rules release day, everyone. The mission I was getting on 8. Exploration leads to victory. Yeah, fair, actually. You know, it's been so long since I played the first Warcraft game. I started with 3. I know, no. I started with StarCraft. And then got 3, and then went back and played 1 and 2. But it's been so long since I've played 1. Put him away? No. No, Yuxi. I'm giving the man what he wants. Wait, Yuxi, are you on YouTube? Hold up. Why is it not showing on... Why is it not showing on Twitch? What the fuck? Oh, there it is. It does. I have that's actually part of why I have the chatbot I have, is because it combines it. So, yeah, thank you guys. Love you guys. Your content, motherfucker. You get enough content when you just text me shit. Have to use M and A keys to move yours. Is that a... Oh god, I'm second guessing. I don't... Was that standard on those? God, it's been so long, I don't remember. Yeah, oh no, there was a mod that let you lasso. That's what it was. Y'all like Legos? Yeah, exactly. Taylor, thank you for finding Let's Eat Grandma, the importance of punctuation for the class library. No worries, Yuki. By the way, everyone, go support Yuxi. Her art is fucking amazing. You guys will see some soon. Actually, you'll see plenty if you go watch Blue. Go watch my boy Blue while I'm on hiatus. Go watch my boy Blue while I'm not on hiatus. Go watch my boy Blue. Yuxi has done a ton of art for him, and it is all fantastic. One thing I do really want to do when I get back, which I kind of so there was a whole plan. Yeah, of course, Yuxi, you deserve it more than I can say. Okay. Oh, thank you, Boo. Thank you, Toby. So there's a thing I had planned before Tainted passed. We were actually in the process. Tainted's stepdad is a carpenter, and unfortunately, okay, this is gonna sound really bad, but I don't mean it this way. In his depression after Tainted died, because they were really close, he ripped it apart. But Tainted, as a thank you for some automotive work I'd helped him do, bought all of the wood and stuff to get his stepdad to build us a nice 4x8 gaming table. So I with like all of the we sat down with him, we designed it so I could put like a NUC in there, and we could put cameras and microphones and do like a whole rig setup and stuff, so we could do actual plays for like Conquest or Battletech, or Tainted fucking hated Warhammer, so it would never be Warhammer. Despite the fact that he's one of the people, I met him playing Warhammer originally, but ever since he quit playing in 5th edition, it hasn't looked back. 5th edition of both fantasy and 40k, but he like we were gonna do that, and Crisis Protocol. He would not have played Trench Crusade with me because of other reasons, but I could have probably bullied him into at least trying it. Like, and that's one thing I really want to do, and we're still working on it. And I've played Warhammer for 26 or 36, 20. I'll be 36 soon, so 26 years. I've played Warhammer for 26 years, and there are days I wonder why I like this. But yeah, so I'm actually in the process of working on getting a gaming table, because obviously I don't believe Tainted Stepdad will be finishing the gaming table. And that's like, this is the part that sounds bad, because I feel like I'm bitching that my dead friend's stepdad's not building me a table, but it really means like, hey, this was the plan. I had already told you guys about the plan, but by the way, this isn't happening anymore because he had to go and die on us. He would have appreciated very much how awkward this is making me feel. He would have laughed his ass off at me. He's probably laughing his ass off at me in Valhalla right now. Anyway. But yeah, so I am working on that. That is something it's probably not gonna be till first quarter of the year or so, because the table I'm looking at is $2,000. But actually, what's up, Lou? Wait, is that what Eyes do emotes? Oh, that's adorable. Yeah, the table I'm looking at. Actually, I can just show you guys. Hold up. Where's my thingy? Haha. Button. I need the button. Boop. Alright, so what I'm actually looking at is Kingswood. I swear to God, if this fucking doxes me when I click this button. It shouldn't. Yeah, so I'm probably gonna go with this one, but yeah. So once I add in, I'm not getting chairs, but once I add in like a couple of cup holders and stuff, because I don't want shit on here. Yeah, right. So there's 10% off. I can get down to like 16 something, but like, yeah, it's like $2,000. So I'm gonna have to finance that shit. But I've got all the technology to do it already. It's got a rail system in it. So like I've already got everything planned if I do it this way. Oh, you're not gonna change the fucking picture. Oh, you ass waffle. Hello? Hello? It died on me. I might be able to print cup holders. That's true. I actually haven't looked to see if there's anything, any like expansions for this. Oh, for sure, Toby. Yeah. But yeah, so obviously it's a 4x6 because, you know, I'm a tabletop wargamer and you don't go smaller than 4x. Well, if you go smaller than 4x6, it's 4x4 or 3x3. So, but yeah, so this is probably what I'm gonna. It's probably maybe closer to my birthday. I think is the earliest we might be able to make this happen. So mid-February, but I'm kind of expecting more towards like March or April at the earliest. I really need to talk to Lunecra. We got to get through the holidays first. But yeah, but so there's like a rail. I'm trying to get the picture of the rail system. I'm gonna see it here. There's like a rail system here. Then like I already have like the measurements on the brackets because a friend of mine has a table like this. And if I do, oh shit, that's 6 of them for 95. That's not bad. Hello, hello. Oh, hello. Welcome to your new gaming table, fully customizable. Yeah, exactly. No, dude, look at this thing. It's fucking awesome. Like, there's I found this company. It's like they're supposed to be like a cheaper alternative to Wormwood, and like I want Wormwood really bad, but like obviously I already have lights and stuff that I can install in this. They sell lighting kits. They do. Um, I don't really want to use their lighting kits because I know how to do it myself. But yeah, like $1,600 right here for lighting. That actually $1,600 when I don't have to do the lighting. It's not a bad deal. I might do that anyway. Yes, actually, there's if I could get the buttons to load, there's a trigger underneath that pushes the thing up so you can change out the table flats. But yeah, so I've already got like a things measured because a friend of mine has one of these tables, and like I was looking at it, and if I get like a couple small like pegs machined, I can set up like a gamble and stuff like that, and we can still do the like framing and stuff for the cameras. I just have to set up facial masking at that point, a facial masking system, which means I'd have to get a separate microcomputer. I could probably run it on a Raspberry Pi. That'd be some coding though, and I fucking hate coding. I could do it. Yeah, I'll play with it anyway. But like I said, it's gonna be some time until we get it done because like I've got all of the stuff done. I've got all of the items I need to make this happen, except the table. The biggest, most expensive part I don't have. But yeah, it's fantastic. You can it's fully customizable. They have a ton of options. Like there's where table things with expansion. Like you can height converter. There you go. There's the neoprene mat replacements. There's a blocker table for splitting it in two. I don't really care about the slats because like, yeah. But yeah, I've been really excited ever since I found this. Yeah. There you go. They sell deck boxes just for you, Toby. That looks just like my Game Genic one actually. I have a Game Genic one for my Gundam cards that looks just like that. Rail card rail holders so you don't have to hold your hand. Replacement neoprene velvet mats. They have dice towers. Yeah, this company's really cool. They're called Box King. So I highly recommend checking them out. But yeah, unfortunately though, I have children, and right now is not a great time for me to drop $2,000 on a fucking gaming table because I have to pay for Christmas and a birthday and an 11th birthday soon. Oh, there is actually one more week before the end of the end of the year that I will for sure be taking off. Can't wait to wipe out your Blood Angels with my Photon. Well, if you do that, I'm gonna make you play BattleTech with the How many battle max do I have currently? Hold on. I need to check something. Give me 1 second. Time to sell feet pics? No one wants to see that. No one wants to see my grimy, disgusting ass feet. I currently have. Now, this is another thing I'm going to be doing while I'm on hiatus, is finally finishing this. Okay, time for the sticker shock! I currently have 363 battle mechs. 4 more are supposed to show up tomorrow. My 21st century Lancers. Actually, that might be wrong. I might be down a few already. Hold up. Oh, no, that's right. Okay, we're good. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. I have another 4 showing up tomorrow. I have a problem, guys. we're gonna finish cataloging everything while I'm on break as well. But yeah, so I do have one other week that I will definitely be taking off. Yes, that's true. That's true. I am a miniature. You know, that is a thing. Crim doesn't like to acknowledge it. Astra gives me shit about it. I'm a miniature wargaming streamer. I paint miniature war games. Please don't look when the last time I painted a miniature on stream was. Because I can tell you right now, it was like 4 weeks ago. Oh, but yeah, so the week of December 10th, I will also be taking off. Because that December 10th is my new Lunecra's 10-year wedding anniversary. And that's a fucking important ass number. And an important ass day. So the 8th through the 12th, I'll be taking off as well. So I don't know if we're going out of town yet. I'm not sure. Yeah, thank you, Crow. Together 12 years, married 10. Our oldest child will be 11 on the 19th. It's fucking weird. Where did the time go? It's weird because like I walk in the house if they're home, and like the 4-year-old standing at the top of the steps because like we got a split level, right? So I walk in, I look up, I see the 4-year-old. I'm like, oh, there's eldest gremlin's name. And then I'm like, this big gangly motherfucker comes walking around the couch, and I'm like, who the hell is that? What is that? Why are you in my house? Oh, that's my child. Oh no, that's my child. Oh, grats. Hell yeah. I've offered to go over to Wales and chloroform him for you. I mean, for all you know, that's where I'm going for the next 2 weeks. I could just like airdrop in on Wales and in the Welsh like countryland and just listen for Toby's voice in the distance. And use all of my Native American tracking skills to hunt him down. Far cheaper. No, you see, then it's not cheap for me because I gotta fly both of us back. You know, I can't. If I put you in luggage, then people are gonna ask questions. All right. You send it. Okay. Oh, okay. That makes it far easier. I don't have to track him then. Blue, you want to go chloroform someone with me? Who's this grown ass man? Oh, that's my son. Yeah, exactly. Bro, I'm so sorry. We tried to chloroform Toby for you to bring him back, and he suffocated himself because he was being an ornery little shit. Fortunately, I have this copy of the Necronomicon we found in the Interdimensional Library. I just need you to get me the blood of a goat and an eyeball. I don't really care what the eyeball comes from. It just says an eyeball, and then we can bring it back for you. Am I driving? Yeah, I'll drive across the Atlantic Ocean. Let's go. you know goats? All right, let's go. It says I need 5 pints. Should be an issue. That's like 1 goat worth of blood. Take me to the Americas. Not a sentence I ever thought I'd hear someone say. Blue out. Oh, wait. Crap. The submarine's got leaks in it. I don't need to take Blue with me. We can't have a gremlin apocalypse. But yeah, no, so like Let me know like other content you guys want to see though. My chair is ripping. Got goats. Ask her boyfriend, now soon to be husband, to prom. They had babies. Holy shit! What? I keep telling. I hate mowing our yard. Okay, I fucking hate doing yard work. I keep telling Lunecra we just need to buy a bunch of goats to deal with the yard. Now keep in mind, we live in like deep suburbia, so like there's farms all around us in our county, and like, but the area we actually live in is like big suburbia. So like, it would be very weird to just kind of have goats. Will you go to prom with me? That's amazing. Although people have chickens here. A lot of people have chickens here, actually. I want to see what you want to do. Yeah, I mean, I want ideas. That's the fucking problem. Give me a jump-off point. Hi, yeah, this is ProfIscariot. Today we're gonna try skydiving. And it's just me, but it's like my model overlaid on my actual body as I scream falling to the earth. Do you, Blue? When Blue says I've got ideas, I hear it in a specific tone. Blue does, and they're either going to be fantastic ideas or ideas that worry me. And there's not normally an in between. Sorry. Oh wait, me start playing American Truck Sim or just hang out with you while you play? Because I already told you I'd hang out with you while you play. I've always wanted to try to make dice. Do I really need another hobby like that? Like, I sent Blue a picture of it. But the lights for my new big display case will be here tomorrow, so I'll be putting those up, and I'll post it in the Discord when it's done. Fucking 7 meters of lights. The problem with printed dice is even though I have resin printers, my one resin printer is running a Battletech Rifleman 3 right now for a friend of mine at my FLGS. But he gave me the Cretan Atlas because out of Battletech Gothic, the only two I'm missing are the only one I'm missing now is the Lao Atlas. I just can't find it. I had, despite like even having a resin printer, the problem with 3D printing dice is you can't balance them correctly, so they're horribly unfair to use, and it's not always like in a person's favor. They're just horrible to use. Like to really do a proper dice, you either have to spin or pour it. Oh god, chainmail. I've wanted to try chainmail, but that's not true. I've had some friends that actually got into dice making. You made some really good dice, Toby. It does take practice though, and you need to do a hand pour in a vacuum chamber. Today, Prof tells about Moab's giant landmark. The castle. Oh shit, the Castlevania Lodge Along. I forgot about. Yeah, I'm down for that. We'll have to figure out a way that we can do that where we can actually like. We might just have to do that in the Discord. Or maybe we'll stream just the reactions, and I'll also be streaming in the Discord playing the show. We'll have to figure that out. You and I have to workshop that. Oh, I've got plenty of players, dude. I do automotive work on the side. My dad's a mechanic. I grew up doing automotive work. I haven't played Fallout 76 since beta. Oh, I should actually check that out. Do I have to buy it now? Is it free to play yet? I say yet, like I should want that. No free-to-play fucking MMOs ever actually good. Well, so I thought about that, because, like, I have, there's a few things I want to do, and Blue's in for him. It's just a matter of, like, figuring out who else and times and stuff. Like, I really want to run a Battletech TTRPG campaign, and I have ways to do it. Like, there's Mega Mech. I mean, Mega Mech is not very pretty visually, but it's functional. It's very here. I can actually load it. 1 second. It's a Java-based program, so I actually don't know how this is gonna load on stream. One second, let's test something real quick. But like there's ways to do it, and there's also ways to do it. Java is dead. There's open source ways to do Java though. So like, let me do that. Let me do MegaMech there. I should ask Flint because he has done MegaMech with the CGL devs, the devs that make BattleTech. All right, so let's do this real quick. Oh, it didn't move me. It didn't move me. Ah! All right. Hey, you need to go away for a minute because I don't need you until I tell Aurora we're talking stuff. Excuse me, Chrome. Chrome, go away, please. Chrome. Okay, Chrome. No, not that one. Maybe? Oh, it does read. Okay. Boop. All right. So like this here is this here's MegaMech. It's the old JavaScript how to play like BattleTech across stuff. So we'll just create random armies. It's not going to show the random army. Okay, we'll probably have to do a display capture for that. Let me just do just 2 random armies here. Okay. Hello, Adbot. Okay. Hello, Princess. Not for me. I need to give Princess an army. All right. There we go. 0 units. Excuse me. There we go. Now it rolled it. All right. Dude, what the fuck? There we go. Thank you. All it says, give me time system. All right, yeah. All right, so there's my army, and then I'm just gonna do just like 1 turn to show you how this system works. Roll. Okay. So like there's that, and then you just hit ding. I'm done. Enemy commander. Okay. Done. There we go. So yeah, so it's just like this, right? And that it's like, all right, so deploy. Like that's what it looks like. It is old school, right? Oh, I'm just showing them what it looks like, Flint. Yeah, give me time to slide. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Probably for you. DVD bug fix an issue where hey, fucking excuse me, Blue. Well, yeah, what I was saying is like I was worried like would people actually want to see me doing like doing this because like Flint, I know Flint's probably in too, but I talked about doing a tabletop a BattleTech tabletop like campaign, but like do I stream it? Do I want to record it? Like those are things I always like I struggle with at times. That's just how the game goes. Excuse me, MegaMech, please close. There we go. All right. Yeah, Blue has had a ride when it comes to DBD, dude. I'm streaming. Well, no. That's I know that, Toby. I'm gonna be doing that actually. One of the things I'm doing while I'm on break is the kids actually keep asking about trying role playing. So, well, eldest wanted to do BattleTech, but we managed to talk him into trying D&D because it's easier to get the 4-year-old involved too. So their first D&D characters, eldest wants to be a green dragon born sorcerer. Middle child is a Tabaxi Beastmaster Ranger who wants all the kitties. And youngest is a Turtle Way of Shadows monk because he wanted to be a Ninja Turtle. So that's what their first characters are gonna be. But it's more like, I don't know, like I personally do enjoy actual play content, but like only like highlights and stuff for it. And it's like one of those things I don't know how. I don't want to like just talk about statistics and stuff, but I don't know how much people will enjoy it. That's the thing. Yeah, exactly. But no, there's a lot of things I want to do that I just have been letting go to the wayside because just life and time and depression, and yeah, that's part of why I'm doing this. Flint. My 21st century Lancers box will be here tomorrow. I got my Jade Hawk boy. Oh, I gotta release the Priffies again. Yeah, I'm actually printing a Rifleman 3 right now. Like, Flynn is the only person I know at this point that will actually understand these words coming out of my mouth. It's an oversaturated long form, knows someone knows. Yeah, like, that's the problem. It's like, that's why I wouldn't do D&D. I would do alternative ones like Shadowrun, Exalted. I would stay the fuck away from Vampire the Masquerade because that's another one that I feel is oversaturated. I did not blue because I only need 10 cards to finish off the second set. So I was like, it's not worth me stealing a bunch of packs from other people. I'm gonna buy singles. I never actually made it. I did send one of my friends your way though, so he probably did raid the store. I know I raided the other 2 stores in the local triangle, one for ODN and one for myself, but because they were in my path to get to your store. I did send a friend of mine who works at the friendly local gaming store up there though, because I told him, and he might have come and raided them. Yeah. Goddamn Gundam cards! If I didn't buy Gundam cards, I'd have half of my cable already. Well, that's the other thing. It's like, yeah, it's one of those, like, I personally find I'm at the point where like I've been role playing since I was 5. What year did 3rd edition come out? Hold on. I've been role playing since I was 10, apparently. Okay, we must have done some 2nd edition then, like way back in the day, just stripped down 2nd edition when my uncle was back. Because a couple times my uncle came back on leave. Yeah, so I've been playing since 3rd edition. Like, D&D is boring to me now as a concept. It's the basic generic fantasy settings to me are boring as a concept. So like, I'll play them, I enjoy them. It's the actions I do with my friends and stuff that I enjoy. But if it were up to me, I would play Shadowrun, Exalted, Scion. I play a shitload of BattleTech too, but I just love the setting so much. Not Rogue Trader, fucking Wrath and Glory. I have the Stormlight Archive, the Brandon Sanderson Cosmere RPG that works on a modified version of the D20 system that I would love to play. Right now I just have the Stormlight Archive books. Like, there's to me, it's I'm so bored with the basic generic fantasy that, like, I would want to branch out anyway, and it's one of those things. Yeah, and that's the other thing is, like, I have personally suffered a lot of combat murder GMs where I personally, Blue can kind of attest, I very, very, very heavily like the role-playing aspects. Combat is always, so I say this a lot, Yeah, I have to do the... I promised Blue a Star Wars RPG, the Fantasy Flight Games one, that uses the proprietary dice. I promised him that 2.5 years ago. And I have to get that sorted out. I have to find the fucking books, because I can't. I'm going to probably just find a bunch of PDFs and just send him PDFs to like, hey, we're going to get this together and figure this out. But, brain. Oh, like, where was I? To me, everything is my personal enjoyment, the enjoyment of the people around me is number one to everything, and success at the goal is secondary. If I'm enjoying it but succeeding, I'm probably not having. If I'm enjoying it but I have to actively try to succeed, I'm probably not enjoying it. Or I get really competitive in those moments, and I know that, and that's why I try to avoid it. I don't know. I haven't touched Roll20 in a while. I haven't touched Roll20 for anything but D&D in a while, I should say. I've used Roll20 recently, but there's other ways, like there's Foundry and stuff like that, which I could always host. Excuse me. And then, like, of course, there's always, you know, Tabletop Simulator, which makes it a lot more visually appealing. But yeah, I'll have to look into it. The other big thing is, like, for Star Wars, I enjoy it. I enjoy it, but I will definitely have to take time to write a story, because, like if we were doing like a Gundam RPG or something, I could do that off the cuff. I don't know Star Wars that well. I know Star Wars probably better than just a random person off the street, but I'm not going to go tell you every single line that Admiral Thrawn says like some of my other friends can. But yeah, no, but I very heavily prefer systems where either role-playing is the focus or you get bonuses for role-playing. It's why I love the storyteller system so much. It's why I like Scion and Exalted so much. Also because you could just do absolutely ridiculous, stupid-ass things like parry the concept of love. One of my favorite memories of... I've told the story about when my buddy stole the alchemical exalted soul stone out of her head. I have not tried Wushu. But I also love things with lasting consequences. I'll get to that in a second. My buddy, he was... we were playing Scion. It was right after the second edition Alchemicals book came out. And he was a Solar the Thief, the Eclipse Caster, whatever it is. And he... his flaw kicked in, and his flaw was kleptomania. So he stole the alchemical exalted soulstone right out of her head, and she fell over dead because that kills them. And she's in the middle of giving us our next quest, and he starts screaming, "I put it back in her skull! I put it back in her skull!" So he's there with this dead alchemical just slamming her soulstone back into her skull. It was so fucking funny. But there was that same guy, not playing a different character. We had to pass through a lava run to get to we were picking up artifacts of the first age for our characters so that we could deal with the abyssal that was like actively trying to take over like a section of creation. And we were trying to get to his, like, he was doing a Dawncast, but it was like the more defensive Dawncast. And so he has his Dieclave. And he's like, how am I gonna like, we're trying everything we can. We don't have the ability to levitate yet or anything like that. And he goes, "You know what? I can parry metaphysics, right?" And the one guy goes, yeah, you can. You have that charm." And he goes, "I'm gonna parry the flow of the lava." And the DM just kind of looks at him because the DM is a geologist. He parried the concept of flowing lava, so the lava held still long enough to cool for us to walk across. And it broke the DM's mind. It was so funny. He's like, I hate you. I hate you so much, Tom. I hate you so much." What's up, Lord Keeper? Oh, I was just talking about Exalted, Flint. I was literally just talking about Exalted. I fucking love Exalted. In Exalted, there are canonical raptors that piss heroin. They're steeds you can get. They're called War Striders. They are canonical raptors that you can ride in a battle, and they piss heroin. And because they were genetically engineered. Yup. Yup. That's not. I'm not lying at all, Lorekeeper. That is a canon fact. Hold on. Oh, of course, I can't find a picture of it. Yeah, they're canon on a dare. One of the official stance is because the DM for the group I play with every other Tuesday, which actually normally I would be there today, but he had surgery. He actually worked for White Wolf when they were he is in the credits for the Anasi book for World of Darkness. Like he was a major part of writing the Anasi book, the Coyotes book, and there was one other one. But he was actually a line writer and editor for White Wolf back when first edition Exalted came out. And they were at lunch one day, and I don't remember one of them, but one of the producers made a joke about, you know, magical heroin pissing dinosaurs. And I don't think you do, Flint. I don't think you do. I'll tell you his name later. But he actually left White Wolf to become a cop, so you probably don't know him. He left in the mid-90s. He magical they made a joke about magical pissing dinosaurs, and one of the producers looks at the head line writer while they're he's like, they were sitting around eating pizza. He's like, "You put that in there right now." And the other guy goes, "You don't want me to put that in there." He goes, "I dare you to put that in there, because the fans will eat that shit up. That will be the most popular part of this whole book." And the lead designer goes, "Yeah, I don't think so, but I'll take you up on that bet." The lead designer had to eat his words. Everyone fucking adored the heroin dinosaurs. Still stands willing to help. Well, thank you, Toby. Love you, buddy. Yeah, that's just more me rambling about plans. But I have so many stories like that, though. That's the same campaign where I was an Immaculate Order like initiate. I was a kid that was sold to the Immaculate Order by his parents, and the Immaculate Order in the Exalted universe does not like the Celestial Exalted for reasons that I'll explain at a later date. But I exalted in the middle of mass, so here's this like 13-year-old kid who just starts glowing in the middle of a room that wants to murder him and actually has a religion based on murdering people like him. So my friend who was playing a Sigil Exalted, which Sigil Exalteds are the people that can alter fate. Like, they have a charm that lets you punch people and mutate them. Like, he has punched a person to create a mountain range before. He pops out of a closet, puts me in a burlap sack, and he teleports away. They technically don't exist? What, with Sigils? Or Celestials? Because as far as the Immaculate Order knows, only Lunars and Solars technically exist. Although they do believe that all of them had fallen to become Abyssals and Infernals. Friday character for a tiny cyberpunk is absolute brickhouse, 8 foot tall, 4 foot. I had another one. So Shadowrun is like probably my hands down favorite RPG to play, and I don't get to play it very often. But last character I played was a Raven Shaman, and I took shapeshift abilities, and so like I could shoot lightning from my hands like Emperor Palpatine. I could also shapeshift. So we're in the middle of this run, and we get attacked by the street samurai, and nothing's working. Dude's immune to electricity. He's grounded. Our decker can't get close enough to hack his cybernetics. Our street samurai's getting his ass handed to him. So I turn to a bird and fly up as high as I possibly can. And suffers the hacking. That's true. You're not wrong at all. I turned into a bird and flew up as high as I could. And then I turned into a bear and just let myself, like, fall. And, like, we were like, okay, well, you're role-playing, obviously. Like, okay, well, obviously you're going to reach terminal velocity and blah, blah, blah. You realize how much blowback damage it's going to do? I'm like, I'll be good. I'll be good. And they're like, all right, what are you going to... At the very last second, I shapeshifted into a whale. So here's this dude. He sees a bird turn into a grizzly bear. And the grizzly bear is like... You know the scene from Deadpool 2 where they're all flying and like their arms are like straight back, wind whipping theirs. Well, imagine a bear doing that, and then the bear just grins at the last second. Blue whale right impacts the dude. It knocked me unconscious, but it turned him into a puddle. That was the team that we had a rocket launcher on the table of our shared we bought a shared townhome of later on in the game, and we had a fully functional RPG in the center of the room on the coffee table as a conversation starter. Because if there's a fully functional rocket launcher on your coffee table, it'll always start a conversation. Yeah, see, I love games where you can do stuff like that, though. Where it's not super... Like, it has to be rigid enough to, like, you can't power game super hardcore, but loose enough that role-playing can affect it that much. There's another game that, was actually... I know one of the writers for it called Overlight. And it's this really cool game that, like, uses, like, chromatics and stuff like that as part of, like, its thing. And, you know, the... What? Is that molten copper cord or pure explosive? Oh, we didn't get that deep. We just bought the damn thing and stuck it there. It turned in real handy when one of the corpos sent a goon after us, and we used it on him. Yeah, it was magical, I think. If I remember right, I think it was actually magical core. But we paid a shitload for it. That's all I remember. But yeah, so an Overlight, like, you're it's a weird system. Hold on, I'm gonna grab the book real quick. It's kind of hard to explain without it right in front of me. Alright, so, like, it's here. Basically, you get, like, your successes are based on, like, the measure of success you get, but instead of, like, skill upgrades, it modifies what dice you use. So, like, here it is, Novice of the Monastery, skill upgrade, Resolve D8. So, you start your Novice of the Monastery, you started D4, but you can eventually upgrade to a D8, so all of your abilities are D8 on a die instead. But the other thing, the really fun thing about this is the magic system can break, and there's permanent consequences. Let me find some of these. Hold up. Some of these are really good. Advancement. I don't want that. I want the magic. Give me the magic. Alright, here it is. With hand outstretched. Actually, let's not do that one. Let's do... Storm Call. The Hamu Storm Chanters do far more than honor the storm. They can summon the Tempest's lightning to strike with devastating effect. You may channel Storm Call anywhere under the sky. So, Luminous means you succeeded. All beings in the immediate vicinity, friend and foe alike, suffer 1 damage and are totally deafened until the end of the combat scene. Radiant means you succeeded exceptionally well. Same as Luminous, but the one target is stunned and must skip their next action. Brilliant means you critically succeeded. Same as Radiant, but target opponent is hit by lightning bolt. Roll 8d12 for a combat test, including the spirit die. Counter success normal. Divide them evenly as possible in 2 groups. 1 for you, 1 for target. The move dice, yeah, it fucks them up. But if you use the ability too often, you shatter. So. And you can shatter 3 times before you lose the ability to do it. and these are permanent effects. So the first shatter, you permanently smell of ozone. The second shatter, touching or handling metal objects causes you pain through static shocks. The third shatter is full burnout. The surfaces of your eyes dance and crackle with lightning. You can detect storms of rain from far away. Those effects never go away. So if you overuse that ability, those happen. And every time you use that ability, you, beyond, I think it's the third time a day or something like that, you have to take a chance at shattering. But once you've shattered once, then you shatter second, then you shatter 3. So like it's permanent roleplay effects. The one skill in here, I don't remember what it's called. It's the one that makes it so you always everyone believes your lies. It's a spell where like when you say something from your mouth, everyone buys it hook, line, and sinker. The first shatter makes your mouth permanently smoke, like Smoker from One Piece. Kind of sounds like Sentinel at TT. I've never played Sentinel, but yeah, I love stuff like that. But I actually know the guy that one of the rules writers for this. Here's one. Insect empathy. If shatter 1, you grow a pair of antennae out of the top of your head. Shatter 2. When you're near insects, which is almost everywhere, you're distracted by their near endless chittering, buzzing, and chirping, even though those sounds are not noticeable to others. For any perception test involving hearing, you must lower 2 of your skill dice by 1 level. Burnout. Your eyes grow to oversized compound eyes like those of an insect. Your perception test penalties now apply to your vision as well. Insects are instinctively attracted to you, and it's unusual to see you without a swarm of butterflies, beetles, or flies zipping around your person. It's a very yes in system. Huh. There's another one here that just like literally makes you glow like the sun, so you can't go anywhere because you're a walking sun. Indeed, Hellman. Hellman, thank you for checking out Guy Fieri, Ultimate Cryptid from the class library. Hold on. Where's another good one? One of them requires you, it makes it so that you just squawk. Every time you try to talk, you squawk instead. So you can never be understood again. But yeah, so like I would love to play that. Like I love that. It's like, but yeah, no, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about those. What's up, Hellman? You see a downside of using your superpower as an example. I pull 5 kids out of a bad guy's room. Spend 2 turns throwing. Oh god. Maybe Hellman? I don't remember. That sounds like have you seen the anime Darker Than Black, Toby? Commissioned my friend to write lore of my homebrew chapter. I was thinking writing a short story of an Aspire with all the trials unique to my chapter, basically following this boy telling him the home planet because I love my chapter's homeworld. The key thing in their homeworld is 22 hours of rainfall. Oh, you have told me about this, Hellman. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's fitting for a chapter, to be honest. Okay, so Dark in the Black is it's a special powers show. But the people with the powers become sociopaths. Having the powers strips away your empathy and stuff. And each of them has to pay a price. So like there's a guy in the first episode, I think his power is gravity manipulation. I don't remember. Anyway, every time he uses his power, he has to break one of his fingers. Like, it's a compulsion. They literally can't do anything else until they do their power. There's another girl later on in the series that, her power is to create vacuums, and, her payback is she feels every single ounce of emotional pain that she would normally feel from her actions as well as those of her victims. The main character is Chinese Batman, Chinese Electric Batman. That's what everyone calls him. Massive Mega Sloth can swim and has strength to rip through it. That sounds amazing. Sounds like the other 2 years. Have you read the web serial Parahumans, Toby? Because like that's another really good one where all the powers are trauma based. So you actually have a mental breakdown. It gives you superpowers. Like the main character is being heavily bullied at school and gets shoved in a locker full of trash. and she snaps and gains the ability to control arthropods. It is fantastic. I heavily recommend it. I am a sucker for creative use of weak seeming powers. I am a absolute sucker for that kind of stuff. Like one of the other characters, her power is literally if she has a little bit of information, her power fills in the gaps for her. And she basically uses it to vicious mockery people. Now, Hellman, they need to ride the sloths in the battle. That's the thing. Creatures like Panther from Avatar. But make it like a Bengal Tire and Sabretooth. Yeah, that sounds fantastic, actually. Yeah, she's actually the main character's best friend, Toby. Another character is that you meet a little later. Her whole thing is she has a power where she cannot be perceived. Like people just don't notice her. The problem is that her power is actually to be perceived, because when her power manifested, it became her standard state, so she has to actively walk around with her power on for people to know where she is. Yeah, dude, I mean, it's fitting. There's already planets like that in 40k, so like it's just another planet in there. It's fitting. Megafauna is not uncommon in 40k. Neither is like prehistoric style fauna. The Flesh Terror's homeworld has like giant like a bunch of giant like tiger style, like saber-tooth tiger style monsters and stuff. Saber-tooth like tigers exist on Fenris, surprisingly, and there's other stuff like there's plenty of room for stuff like that. It's fitting. Yeah, I highly recommend reading Parahuman. It's sad. It is a very high casualty rate. People die in that series all the time, but there's more villains than heroes because, like I said, it's all trauma based, and even the villains are all fucked up. So, or even the heroes are all fucked up. The main characters are actually technically villains. So, there's another guy. He calls himself Clock Blocker, and his ability is to stop the time of something in like a specific space, but he can't choose how long he stops the time for. So it could be like a few minutes, it could be days and stuff like that, but he uses it to create like immovable rods and stuff like that. But he's a teenager and he wanted to like make a splash, so he named himself Clock Blocker. One of the coolest guys in that he takes like multiple things and he can like combine them into one thing, and then as he like moves around with it, he can selectively choose elements from all of the things he's overlaid. So he takes like a big club and then puts like a 40-foot club on it. So he's got a club, and then he puts a club that's like 7 tons in it. So while he's running around, it weighs like the size of like an aluminum baseball bat. And then as he swings, he decides it weighs 7 tons. So and then extends it, and that's his power. I fucking love that guy. And it's such a creative power. Speedster basically Quicksilver with energy limitations. The other two are basically Cyborg from DC and Scarlet Witch. Hell yeah. Like Bengal Tire with 6 limbs. So you're it's a saber-tooth displacer beast, Hellman. That's what it is. But yeah, no, like there's plenty of room for stuff like that, dude. Like that's fine. I'm always down for weird fauna. So I love Catachan. I'm kind of upset there is no like Catachan Space Marine, although I guess the Catachans are, you know, way cooler than Space Marines because they're just fucking dudes. But here, let me message Aurora and say we're about ready. It's shower for stealing energy drinks while on duty. Amazing. What is this? I'll look at that later. All right, so we're gonna go ahead. I just brought you in here. Hi, Aurora. Hold on. Oh, my headset's dead. 1 second.
Oh.
Okay, I can hear. I can hear you now. Hello.
Well, that's because my mic was off too.
Oh, there we go. Fucking dudes, where? Everywhere. Everywhere's fucking dudes. I've been, you know, calories it takes to run speed. That's actually a big point, and what, real quick before we get over to Aurora here, that's actually a big point in like Flash comics is how many calories he actually burns every day and why he eats so much. Bigger killer than the animals. Hold on. Anyway, so we have my friend Aurora here because you did something really fun that you want to talk about.
Yes. You did mention it briefly in the description of what we're doing today, but I was actually part of the development of the Streetlights.
You were robotic.
Beep boop. I am robot.
you are robotic. Hold up. Hold on. I'm gonna disconnect. I'm gonna call you directly. See if maybe that works. 1 second. Bland, thank you for the resub. Or wait, that's following. Thank you for the following, Hellman. Thank you for the following for that long. Holy hell, guys. All right, talk.
How are you? Am I still Robo?
Yeah, you're still Robo. It sounds like you're a mile away.
Hello.
There we go. Hi there.
I turned the mic to face me.
Oh, well, you know, that'll do it.
Well, we had it set up halfway so people could hear and I, but yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Anyway, go ahead.
So I was part of a development of a project called Timesplitters Rewind, which is basically a fan build from the ground up about the first, well, I guess the only 3 Timesplitters games. And nothing is borrowed from the original games. Everything's built from scratch. And since it's like all 3 games mixed into one, everything's been kind of rebalanced. So it's not like you have Timesplitters 1 as a game, Timesplitters 2 as a game, and Timesplitters Future Perfect as a game. It's just all of them in one game.
Yeah, so I actually have never played Timesplitters. I told you this the other day. I'm kind of interested.
Yeah.
I was watching videos of it earlier. I'm assuming floods, Hellman. Sorry, go
ahead. It is one of my favorite games from the PS2 era. Yeah, it's a game from a long time ago. 20 years.
Yeah, actually,
it's from the mid.
Well, I pulled your website up.
Yeah. So that video is just kind of a compilation of a bunch of stuff that they've been working on. And there's even more if you, I believe, let's see if I can find it. I think it's called Timesplitters Official on YouTube. Or Timesplitters Rewind Official, something like that.
So wait, is it only PvP? Yeah, I got that here already too.
No. It is not just PvP. It is actually PvE and PvP. There's a story mode that you can play offline or online with I don't know how many people. I know it's at least 2, but I think they're messing around with having more people in the story. And then you can play 10 player offline or online or offline with bots for arcade modes.
Yeah, that's what she's saying, Toby. They have the PvE campaign. Hellman, I'll talk about that in a second, but hold on, is there a video you want me to play?
Like I said, the one that's on the Timesplitters Rewind page itself has this very quick, like a minute-long video that just showcases a bunch of stuff. And then all these videos are devlogs from when it was from while the game was in development. The one that's on the
Hello,
it's on the official, the Rewind official page.
We want to deviate a bit from how we usually
put the March one up here real
our
quick.
update videos. As you may know,
my favorite is the one that came in September of 2024, 2023, because that one at the very start you also get to see a bunch of gameplay that was being worked on at the time.
February dev. All right, there we go. That's 17 minutes.
Oh yeah, no.
Hello,
These
everyone, and
these
welcome
videos,
to
like I
our
said,
latest
are basically update
My name
videos.
is
These
Jake,
are
the voice
when there was in the middle of
Deputy
development.
Vice
It was they talk about
There's been a
what
few
they've
months since we
made
last
since
caught
the last
up,
update
and,
video,
well,
what they
has
still
been
need to be worked
arguably
on,
most
and their plans for the
productive.
future.
You might have said that for the last few updates, but that's
So
just
this was
because
like when it was in development.
really strong
While you're waiting for
we've
it,
effectively
you would watch these
caught up
videos
every
just to
department
get an
except
idea of
two,
what was going
and we'll
on.
dive into what the
Because
team
that
has
was
been
one
up to.
thing that
But
they didn't
first,
do in
a
previous
quick
builds.
look at two of
If
the
you look at the
departments that have
rewind
made
page
immense
itself,
progress.
there's
It
a
is worth
history
noting
tab
that in our
which
September
goes
update,
over basically everything that happens in this in the development of this game. If you go up to the top, it's the About tab,
Yeah, I got it.
and then there's just a whole history of
Cat
what
racing
like
underground.
yeah there
that is a fantastic picture. I fucking love that.
because there's in Timesplitters Rewind, or not Rewind, in Timesplitters Future Perfect, there's a whole series called Cat Racing, where you take this guy's mechanical cat and just drive it around laps.
All right, so we're playing this, right?
I cannot promise that the cat racing is going to be in Rewind.
I mean, that's fine, but I'll find that. That's amazing. This right here is a PFP icon. This is beautiful. I fucking love that.
So yeah, as you can see, Timesplitters 4 was going to be developed all the way back in 2007, and then but then Free Radical kind of goes almost into bankruptcy the year after that, so they can't continue developing it. Then Crytek gets a hold of it in 2009, but then 3 years pass by with no update about Timesplitters 4 or anything Timesplitters after Crytek gets their hands on it. So according to this, this is before I started following the project. Timesplitters Rewind kind of gets the go ahead by Crytek, saying, "Hey, you can build a game of Timesplitters, a fan game of Timesplitters, and you can use all these assets that we have because we own the IP. Since Crytek owned the IP at the time, it's like here's all the assets from the games. Make your own fan game with all these assets."
That's I fucking love when companies do that, because like I've talked about it before. I think you and I have talked about it before. But WildStar is like one of my favorite, hands down, MMORPGs of all time, and there are people out there trying to do something like this with WildStar, but NCSoft won't come off it. And I mean, NCSoft's known for being pricks anyway. But like, but then I look at like Paragon, the fantastic, the reason why I refuse to play Fortnite is because of how Epic did Paragon. Because Paragon is the best MOBA game that I've ever played. But then like Fortnite came out, so they tanked Paragon on purpose and shifted it and stuff. But Epic allowed people to take the assets and stuff and rebuild Paragon into there's like 3 or 4 different versions. But I have respect for Epic, not because like I'm still never gonna touch Fortnite and never touch much as Epic does, but I have respect for Epic because they did that like Crytek did for this.
Well, that's all the way back in 2012. We haven't gotten to anywhere near present day.
God, okay. I jumped the gun a little.
Yeah, no. This project is 13 years in the making.
Yeah.
But then in 2013, that's when they get the official go ahead for the IP, or for the Timesplitters Rewind, and they give all the assets and stuff. And there's a video showing a very early build of Ice Station and stuff like that. I didn't even know this, but even gets a Steam Greenlight page.
Oh, those are.
I didn't know that.
Those are nostalgic graphics.
Yeah. It could be, like I said, these games are from like the 2005 to 2008 era.
Yeah.
And then like they give all of these websites set up and stuff like that. And then 2 years go by or 1 year goes by in this development, right? But then people start leaving, and the game starts becoming really, really unstable. And the only reason we actually know all this is because one of the lead developers from this build is still with us to this day, and they gave us a bunch of information on how the builds worked back then. But then they swapped from Crytek's engine to Unreal Engine 4, and then they have to redo everything basically because
Well, it's a whole new engine, so it's a whole new framework.
yeah, yeah, and then there's ideas to release a demo, but there's nobody to program for it, and then they have to take the PS4 release that they announced off the table. They and then there's leaks that are sent to their Steam Greenlight page, and everybody starts getting angry about that. The Greenlight page gets taken down, and then the project kind of just dies. And then it gets sold to Koch Media, and that means that Free Radical and Crytek are no longer part of the IP. And then the next year,
I'm seeing
and then
Nordic.
Yeah, that's a little later in the timeline.
Sorry.
It's all right. You can read it. Yeah, that's fine. Then 2015 comes along, right? And then they go from Unreal Engine to Unreal Tournaments. No, they can't use the Unreal Engine build because that's on violation of Epic's development. So they try to rebuild it as based on the shooter game template, apparently. And Crytek once again contacts them, and then they try to make this a monetizable game. But then once again, project lead swaps. They swap back to the original thing. They keep building on the Unreal one. The Holocam, the guy from the original, creates the Timesplitters Rewind Discord, which is still up to this day. And then they swap back to CryEngine 3, going back to Crytek's thing. And then they lose all their stuff they made for Unreal Engine 4 because obviously you can't swap it over. And then 2017 is when I kind of found out about this whole thing because of the trailer that came out in 2017, which is just all it is just crystals and I think like a release date or something like that. And that's all it's shown. And then people are getting kind of upset that like, okay, this project's not going anywhere because the deadline is set and there's no programmers that can do the programming. And once again, assets are shared.
Hi, Toby.
And that. So for a second time, there's leaks about assets being released without consent. And once again, project lead leaves because of this. They get a new lead and they go back to Unreal Engine 4 again.
Oh Jesus.
And then 2018 happens, and that's when THQ Nordic gets the IP. And then then the project lead starts talking with THQ Nordic to try to get them to honor the agreement that Crytek originally had with them to be able to make this game. They say, okay, you can do they basically THQ Nordic says, sure, we'll let you continue making the game under the Timesplitters name. However, you have to rebuild everything from scratch. You cannot use any of these pre-existing assets. And you can't monetize it. This has to be a free thing. And they're like, sure, but this is just a fan project anyway. It's just because we love the game so much. We don't care about making money. We just want to make this damn thing. And that's when the first video the first, like I consider real update video on the Timesplitters Rewind official site happens. And then I call that the Glitch Splitters video, as you can see there.
Yeah.
Which they talk about this build being worked on by one person, just kind of as a hobby, using the assets they got from Crytek, but with the intent of changing, because this was never meant to be Timesplitters Rewind. This was never meant to be the game that they used, right?
But using them as like placeholders.
Well, no. And for the Glitch Splitters Rewinded, like I said, it was a build that was never meant to see the light of day. It was just meant to be like a little personal pet project shared with a few friends. So they didn't feel bad about using the old stuff.
Fair.
But once it became the build, he brought it to the project, the then project lead, and said, "Hey, this is what I've been able to make. Can we turn this into Timesplitters Rewind? And that's when everything had to be, redone and everything like that. And then the next year, they I think a year goes by between the next update video, and they show off a bunch of what they did, and like how they've gotten all the programming done instead of a bunch of the assets. It's kind of the reverse of what happened last time. A lot of programming was getting done, but not a lot of art assets were getting done. But then people started. Then they said, "Hey, we need a bunch of people to help us." They got a bunch of recruitment. They came from, like, I think in the video they said like a 4 or 5 person dev team to like a 30-person dev team.
Holy, that's okay.
Yeah. And then I think we get to the is it September 2019 or September 2020? That's the September video.
We can find out. It is 2020. September video is 2020.
Yeah, that video, as you can see, there's a couple updates before that in 2020. There wasn't. There was a bunch of stuff being shown off, like a bunch of some music was being shown off. A bunch more people were recruited. I think it came from it was 5 people to like 15 or 20 people. And then when the 2020 videos, it came from like 20 people to like nearly 50. And partly because COVID happened, right? Nobody had anything else better to do.
Yeah, that's like an actual team right there.
Yeah. Eventually they get every level block. They get every Timesplitters 1 arcade level blocked out, not assetted, but blocked out. I don't know if you know what that means.
Yeah, I know what it means.
Okay. And
if
then,
you want to explain it for other people, but it's basically getting it pre-designed. Pre-designed is an easier way to say it.
Pre-designed with all the like hit boxes developed and all that stuff. It's just missing art.
It's collision work. Is what it is.
Yeah. And then like they have a bunch of story levels that are also in the same state. And then they talk about a release. They don't say a release date because they have no idea about that so far. This is still 5 years ago.
Well, if
they're
you keep
just
getting
like
slapped down. You don't want to keep giving dates and having people try to tie it to it. You know.
Especially since in the video themselves they said we're not going to commit on any dates because that hasn't worked well in the past.
yeah. Why keep doing the same thing if you keep getting smacked? You know.
Yeah. So they said the release date is when it's done. They say in the video the release date's when it's done. But they also wanted to get something released. So their original plan was just to release everything in the blockout state. Whatever art gets done, gets done. All the levels that are still blocked out, they're still fully functional. They just don't have art. They'll release it and they'll release updates as the art gets put in. But then the next year, the 2021, like you said, is when the September thing happened. You can play the beginning of the September video.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go!
So this is 6 days after my birthday. This releases, and I've been following the project for a few years now. I had been kind of following off and on until the Glitchsplitters video showed up, and then I really started following it. And then out of nowhere, this drops, right? And it's like instead of just showing art assets, it shows an actual playable game.
This is very reminiscent of like the days. Obviously, it's not the same game, but like the days back when like we still had LAN centers and stuff, and I would go and play like GoldenEye or Quake 2 and Quake 3 with my friends.
This is a very much the same vein kind of game. It's very much that arcadey shooter type of game.
Yeah.
But I saw this, and you have it muted, but you hear there's a voiceover that's done by the actual, like one of the actual voiceovers from the original game. The voice of Cortez from the original game is like a die-hard Timesplitters fan, and he came back to lend his voice for both for Cortez and for the announcing. But because you can't reuse assets, he was voluntarily with no pay redid all of the voice acting for this game.
I love what people. I heavily respect voice actors for stuff like that. Like, I don't know if you know who George Ledoux is, but he did something similar for the BattleTech community.
I know the guy from what's the hell that shooter game? Maxwell did a video.
Brick?
I can't think of it. Yes, bricks are some of the weapons.
Amazing.
Ultra Kill, right? Ultra Kill. The voice of Gabriel in that game often does fan stuff, no matter how freaking ridiculous it is.
John St. John too. Duke Nukem voice actor.
In Maxor's video, they apparently gave official butt plug support to Ultra Kill that vibrates in response to damage.
They did. They did that. That was they made a massive thing about that. It was buttplug.io's like first major like, hey, we support this video game, and everyone's like, excuse me.
and then of course, you know, they get the voice actor Gabriel to say, well, how do you like this now, machine? I'm in your prostate now. And he tries to say it the most straight face possible, but he breaks a little bit and just starts laughing.
I would be more concerned if he didn't break. Like you could be the most straight-faced comedic actor in the world will break the second the cameras are off. Like,
all right, you can pause the video now.
Okay.
Hello, everyone, and
But yeah, like he said some ridiculous shit with the straightest of faces, like calling himself a furry lover and stuff like that in a different game. Like, he said it with the straightest of faces, but that just somehow broke him.
Amazing. I love it. I love it so much.
But yeah, so the voice actor for Cortez in this redid a bunch of voice lines for the arcade announcer. I think he also redid the lines for Cortez himself. Other voice actors have been giving voices for all the other characters in the game as well. But you know, not like quote unquote professional voice actors, just fans that have the good mics.
Well, keep in mind, like, when it comes to professional voice acting and stuff, there's a large number of the present day, like Alejandro Saab, Amelie, Zeno Robertson, all of them started as like YouTube fan project voice actors, and they're some of the biggest names in the industry now. You know.
Yeah, and that actually kind of happened as you get along in the timeline. Free Radical starts to reform, and it starts to work on a new Timesplitters project. It's completely from the ground up themselves. A bunch of people actually that were working as programmers on this game by 2022, 2023 started to leave the project because they were getting professional, they were sending their portfolio for working on this game to professional game studios and getting hired.
That's bravo to them. That's actually amazing.
Yeah. Actually, and also the OST for this game is actually done by it's done by somebody called Jose Pavel. I don't know if you know that name. But he has worked on a bunch of like big name projects, like Project Wingman for one.
Hold on, let's see here. I don't want to misspell his last name because I was going to look him up. I know the name.
Pavli. It's Jose Pavli. Or you can just look up Timesplitters Rewind OST and his name will show up.
IMDb. Oh yeah, he's got like a bunch of short films and stuff now.
Yeah, he is a very good musician. He was tasked with one sec. But he was tasked with remaking the Timesplitters soundtrack to make it sound similar, but not the same. Because again, you can't do that with their agreement.
Yeah. And
his work was phenomenal. If you can see on his page, especially the Chinese theme was what really sold me on this guy's work, because it sounds almost exactly the same, but there's so much different to it too. It has like a different progression with having the same kind of sound cues. It's just really good.
People, it's so like I don't remember who I was talking to about this, but we were kind of talking about like Soken and the music in 14 and stuff a few weeks ago, and people really do heavily underestimate how much like the auditory parts of a game can make or break it. Like
Oh yeah,
horror games like are made or broke by the like audio cues around you, the ambient sounds, the scores playing up and increasing a volume at times, and the quickness and tempo of the beats and stuff. And but then like you have a game like this, like I know like you and I come from like similar like time frames where like the Quake games were different than modern day shooters. Like they were hype. They were it was an arena shooter. It was this. It was, you know, the music was there to hype you up and get you action and like get your blood pumping. So like because you were it's the original Twitch shooters, you know.
yeah. And one thing that the original Timesplitters did so well was the music department. Like they had so many different levels because it was set like to be different time periods. So you had things like Neo Tokyo, which was supposed to be like a futuristic version of Tokyo with flying cars and stuff like that. And then it has this kind of haunting ambient soundtrack to go with it. Chinese has, you know, it's almost stereotypically like gongs and like it sounds Chinese. Wild West has an appropriate Wild West track. It's one of my favorite tracks that sounds like that. And it's from a fucking shooter game that has one level of it.
You and I have talked
Like-
about something like this before, and I think you sent me the Wild West track.
Yes,
I think you did, yeah.
because I love that track so much.
Yeah,
But-
yeah.
but-
You, me, and
but, like,
Tom were talking one night, and you sent it to me.
And then like Jose redid the Chinese soundtrack, like I said, and it has a lot of the same sound cues. It sounds Timesplitters, but it is different enough that it can't. It's not. It's its own thing. It's just really well done.
You know, it's like a form of flattery. Like it's to him being able to do it close and like make it his own is just it's
Yeah.
impressive. Yeah, you gotta love people that are able to do stuff like that.
And then also,
Maybe.
I haven't really heard much of the sound design from the guns standpoint in this game, even from my own QA testing that I've done. But one of my favorite gun sounds in the original games was from Timesplitters 2, the revolver sound. It just has that spaghetti western sound to it, and it just sounds amazing to use.
I hope it has the fucking slide whistle at the bow, 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 or the banjo fucking strum, the
It has that instrument in it, but it's not doesn't sound quite like that if you listen to the original. But yeah, it sounds very Western. Like the level has obviously the revolvers in it, has that soundtrack, and it just makes you feel like you're in a fucking spaghetti Western.
I fucking love that. That's fantastic.
Let's see here. Yeah, and then I think that's about all to talk about the distribution. Like in 2024, they were gonna do it with the blockouts and all that stuff.
Is this the updated graphics?
The 2024 picture, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it looks like in game right now.
Holy shit, that is beautiful.
Yes. If you look at the video on the homepage here, you can see more of how it's going to look on release. But then 2024, people kept getting laid off, and they had to find new jobs. People kept getting recruited by other game companies, so people started not contributing in on it as much, right? Because they didn't have as much time to give it. But and then less than 10 people keep contributing on it. And then this year, we finally got the final release, the final release date. And yeah, that's the bug page. That was all the bugs that they had to get squashed.
Oh, hold on. I fast forwarded looking. I love how you. I love how you use a Trello for it. We use Trellos at work, so I love how that.
We also
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fantastic.
In my QA section, though I only did very, very little, I got to test the tomb level, which was the very first story level in Timesplitters 1.
Yeah.
And I played through it, and I recorded a few bugs. I'm like, hey, this isn't supposed to work quite like this. And then got a few bugs reported, played through it. And it was my first exposure to Timesplitters 1 as well, because I had always intended to play it, but never got around to playing it because I started with Timesplitters 2. And I was like, this is rather interesting. And then actually earlier, just like a month or two ago, I started playing Timesplitters 1 for real. And let me say, it's not as good as Timesplitters 2.
Like I said, we owned it, but I never got a chance to play it. My brother owned the first two. I never played them though. I did occasionally walk by while he was playing them. I just never played them myself.
Yeah. And then
this reminds me of like early Titanfall 1. A lot of the way like the layout, the graphics look and stuff, and I like that. It's very nostalgic.
Yeah. Then there was this one big huge playtest where we were on the level Planet X from the first Timesplitters game, and then we were just testing a bunch of testing a bunch of game modes. There was just like about 10, 15 people there all at once. Yeah, we're just testing game modes. What happens if you shoot this? What happens if you shoot that? What happens if somebody drops this and it goes out of bounds? What happens to like the different objective equipment, things like that. And it was a really fun testing time. Everybody was laughing, joking, having fun, and it was just a really positive experience. I really loved doing it. I've played for this remaster for this game. They've redone 2 of the Timesplitters 1 arcade maps. They've redone how Graveyard and Spaceship work. And I've played the originals now in the Timesplitters 1, and I can say I'm not so sure if the Graveyard needed a rework, but I can tell you for a fact that Spaceship definitely did, because they said it was too confusing, too samey. I'm like, yeah, I can see why they redid it.
Yeah.
And from what I've seen, of the pictures that they've shown about Spaceship, I think that they redid Spaceship really well. I haven't seen much. We also did. Oh yeah, in that playtest, we also playtested Mansion, which is one of the Timesplitters 1 levels I haven't gotten to in the game. We've also playtested Graveyard, with their redone Graveyard. It was pretty fun actually. And then we also playtested a little bit of the castle level, and we playtested various modes like Virus and stuff like that. This game has a lot of unique game modes I've not seen in any other game modes. Like they have your standard, team deathmatch and deathmatch, right?
Yeah.
But then you have things that are like elimination, which is which is a lives thing, where if you run out of lives, you're out of the game. But you just respawn continuously. And then they have Shrink, which the lower your place is, the smaller your body is. Which is an interesting twist on deathmatch.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And then they have things like Leech, which is when you kill, like your health is constantly constantly lowering, but if you kill somebody, you get health back. And Vampire is kind of the same idea, except with damage instead of kills. And you don't lose health constantly. There's no health on the map, and the only way to get your health back is to hurt people. And then you have Assault, which is basically just kind of mini story, right? We have the red team and the blue team. Red team is assaulting, trying to get objectives done. Blue team is trying to defend the objectives. Then you also have things that are a little bit more wacky, like Virus. Basically, somebody starts on fire, and your objective is to not get caught on fire. The last person not caught on fire wins. And there's Flame Tag.
So we're playing this, right?
Yeah, this is game. This is the game I told you I'm bullying you into playing, whether you want to or not.
Yeah. Well, we talked earlier about how I'm easily bullied into things,
except for singing.
Yeah. I got so drunk that night. It was the only way I could do it.
No, you didn't get drunk into singing the song, or bullied into singing the song that.
No, the song. I wasn't gonna sing. I couldn't sing that song. No. I can't even read the words out loud.
But
sure, Helmet, send it in the Discord.
This game also has something called Monkey Assistant, which is basically just pure deathmatch, but the last place person gets a squad of like 5 or 6 monkeys equipped with various guns in the level that go after the first place person to add to their score total.
This sounds like there has to be context for all of this. Like, it sounds just off the wall. And it's not a bad thing. It's like, it sounds off the wall in a fantastic way, but I need to know. Like, what? All right.
I've given you as much context as I give you in the game. These are just game modes that you can play.
Okay, yeah, we're in. We're go. Yeah, yeah. Is this
And
the
then
JoJo game? No, I don't think it's the JoJo game.
And then there's also the Gladiator mode, which I think is the last one that I remember off the top of my head, which is basically only one person can get kills, and if you kill the person that can do that, what they call it the Gladiator, then you become the Gladiator, and then now you're the only person that can get kills.
We had a mode like that in Quake 3. It was a wasn't King of the Hill, but it was a derivative of King of the Hill.
Well, they also have that in this game too. They call it zones.
Yeah.
And then maps will have between 4 to 6 different zones, and you get points for every one that you have under your control every so many seconds. There's also a bunch of other single player stuff in this game called challenges and Arcade League. I don't know if you can do those multiplayer in this build, but they're basically single player challenges that give you a setup and then say complete it in this amount of time or do it with this amount of stuff, right? Like one of them will be like get 10 kills in 15 minutes. And then you can get a bronze, a gold, or a silver depending on how fast you actually do it. In this case, bronze is just completed, get 10 kills. Silver is like get 10 kills in 3 minutes. Bronze is get 10 kills in a minute, 30 seconds.
Yeah, that. God damn it! Yeah, we're playing this game. Fuck.
And the original, some of these are fucking difficult. One of the worst ones that I had. There's 2 of them that were extremely bad to me, and they're both in Timesplitters 2 in the same series. They're in the 3rd level of arcade, which is called Elite League, which means they're difficult challenges usually. But one's called Bags of Fun, where you go against the Timesplitters, the main enemy of the group, with you and one other person trying to capture the bag. And the way it scores is not by how many bags you capture, but how many bags more you capture than the opponent. And to get a gold, you need to get 7 more captures than the opponent does. And needless to say, since Elite League, they have like their health jacked up. They don't really stagger. It's just a pain to kill them, and you have basically 4 or 5 of them versus you and one bot to try to do it. And I've done it, but it is a pain in the ass. And the other one is an assault level called Nice Threads, where it's you, which is you and another dude who don't have much stamina and get blown up in basically 1 or 2 hits, trying to assault the space of like 5 or 6 guys that are like 5-star, which is the highest level you can get, that have like max stamina. And there's turrets also shooting at you from fucking everywhere, and you die in like 2 turret hits. It is insane, and to get a gold, you need to do it in like under 5 minutes, and they give you like 15 or something like that. And getting it in under 5 minutes is just freaking insane. It is like you have to keep assaulting, you have to keep running, basically ignore everything except the turrets, and try to get rid of what turrets you can, and just try not to die too much. It's a ridiculous level, and it took me about 10 years to finally get a gold in it. Not because it took me 10 years of constant trying, but because I tried a bunch when I was a kid, only got a silver in it, and just said, I can't deal with this level anymore. I quit. I can't get the gold. I just can't. And then like 10 years later, I picked it back up and tried it again, trying to see if I could get the gold, because I know it obviously can be done. And it took me like a few hours of trying, but I finally got that gold, and goddamn, I can tell you how happy I was when I got that gold.
Yeah, no, we're trying this. Fuck. Because like I don't know shit about the story, so I'm already intrigued by the story just from because like I mean you know I like time travel stuff. Like I'm already intrigued by the story, so I think how many people can we co-op?
I don't know. I know at least 2, but I think, and don't quote me on this, but I think they were trying to get more people in the co-op. But I know that at least 2. And okay, sorry, I'm trying to
No worries.
help out with something here too. But yeah, I know they were talking about it. Another thing that didn't get put into this build, but they were talking about, and they had a
There's always future builds they can do.
yeah, they were one thing that didn't get put into it. That was my favorite thing about these games is called the map maker mode, and I bet you can assume what that is just
Oh,
based off
yeah.
of the name.
It's gonna be Gary's mod kind of
Is
shit.
it where you map a maker?
Yes.
It is. It is. Hi, buddy.
But then God damn it, I lost my train of thought. But and they built it and they had plans to make it, but it just wasn't finished in time. They didn't have enough people to finish it for this build, which is a shame to me. I never got to even test the pre-version because I think they took it off before I became a beta tester.
I mean, well, that's the other thing though, is like if they get this out, like they've already been doing this for what 13 years. Like, there's always room for more, you know?
Yeah. Oh, damn it.
Hellman, I need those. Anyway.
But the map maker mode, at least in the original and Timesplitters 2 were kind of basic. But at the same time, like the story, like they had story modes, but you can only have like the amount of AI that you could have. Like I think it was like set to 30 or 50 or something Timesplitters 2, and you couldn't go over that amount, and you had to individually put each one to be like a certain character. So like at enemy one, you had to set like say like Private Nikolai, but if you wanted more than one of him in the map, but in different spots, you had to set like enemy 2 to be Nikolai, enemy 3 to be Nikolai, and put them in different parts of the map. And then the connection, like what's called the connections, were very basic. Like you had the blue and red connections, and only blue or red connections could match up with the same. But in those first two games, they had really unique looking tiles that were just really cool looking, despite how everything else is very primitive at the time. And Timesplitters Future Perfect comes along with its map maker, and you can make assault maps for yourself. You can make it like you can set up the AI to like be when you do this, have this happen. The same with story modes in all three. You get set like when you reach the spot, spawn these dudes, or when you reach the spot, unlock this door. If you hit the switch, do this. If you break these barrels, complete this objective. Like you can set all that up yourself, and just make your own levels.
So it's got that RPG maker element too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that was just built. That was just built into the game. That wasn't like an additional mod that you had to go and download, and it wasn't like something online. It was in the game itself.
It was like a different time period back then. There were a lot of games that did stuff like that. It's like I miss it, honestly.
Yeah, but then Future Perfect comes along, and it gives you even more ways to manipulate story AIs. It gives you the assault, the ability to make your own assault maps. And enemies you can set one enemy and have multiple versions of that enemy set around the map that have their own AIs. You don't have to set it like you did in Timesplitters 2, where each one had to be its own separate entity. So it just made it more streamlined and smooth. But the tiles became very fucking basic. They didn't have the cool, unique tiles that the first two had. They were all just kind of generic looking, but they could connect anywhere. There was no more blue and red connections. It was just any of them can connect anywhere. And they had what were called stackables, which you could stack them up and create bigger roofs. You could have outdoor areas with rain and snow and different weather effects and different skylights. But they lost a lot of that kind of unique charm that some of those other levels, some of the other tiles had from the first two games. Because they just had unique things. Like one of them in the first game has like a raised center, but depending on the version of map maker you have, because you can set it to like a horror theme, an alien theme, a virtual theme, stuff like that. Depending on the theme that you had, you could it would look different. So like that raised center area would have different looks depending on the thing. But there's nothing like that in the new ones. The second game had this thing called a large room, like a large room. And depending on the theme, it was completely different. Like on the goth theme, it was kind of like a factory. It looked like a factory. the alien theme looked like the middle of a spaceship with like this kind of a center area and then like a raised area. And then like on the military theme, it kind of had like gears in the middle of it and had like a whole ass path that you can go on the side to an upper area. I mean, it looked different depending on what theme you were using. And they even had something similar in the first game, but in the third game, it's gone. There's nothing like that anymore. You can't, you don't have that big ass room anymore, so you can't have as much personality in it. But it's a lot more flexible in what you can do with it. So it's kind of a trade-off, right?
Yeah. So how much of that did
And-
they put into this, though? All of it?
The map maker, I think the idea was to, but they didn't have enough time to do it. They didn't have enough programmers to work on it. So it's just kind of not in this build.
Oh, well, like we already said, like there's always the chance they could just, bring it out more, bring more out later,
Yes.
Which,
I'll just
yeah.
look for it. Ah,
God damn it! Now you got me excited for this. Now, God damn it!
good. Good. It's just, I should be. That's what I want to have happen. I want to play this with you. I want to get this. I want to get this message out to as many people.
Yeah. So Aurora and I were talking about it when she brought this up, and that's why I wanted I didn't know that much about Timesplitters, so I was like, we were talking. She's like, why don't I just come on and rant at you about it? I'm like, fuck it, let's do it. So here we are.
Yeah. Yes. Because, like I said, I wanted to get the message out. I can't stream on Twitch at the moment, or else I'd be talking on my own stream, because Twitch is being weird with the login, even with the anti-ad with that disabled. It's not letting me log in, saying it's unsupported, even though I have the latest version of Firefox, and they say they support it. So I don't know what the fuck's going on there.
Try a different browser and dump all your cookies. I'm sure you already did that, but try.
I haven't done that. I haven't done that yet because that's just annoying to do. I don't want to download a whole app in another browser.
It's incredibly annoying.
I wanted to download a whole another browser just for Twitch.
Yeah. Hello, it's Opera time.
I've heard bad things about Opera.
Yeah. I avoid it personally, but I also work in tech, so there's a lot of other little things I have to deal with. So
yeah,
I have a very very stripped down version of Chrome that we use as a in tech. So I don't use a regular version. So
yeah, I'm not downloading a whole other browser just to stream on Twitch. If they don't want me to stream on Twitch on Firefox, fuck them, man. But that's why I wanted to come on your stream and talk about it. So I ranted about it. Ranted about it on some stream and just got the word out there because, God, this game was my childhood. This was like the FPS. While other people were playing Call of Duty and shit, I was playing this. I was playing Timesplitters.
Well,
You were playing Call of Duty back then?
Kind of. Not like this, though.
we were playing World War II Call of Duty. None of the like Modern Warfare levels and stuff like that.
Timesplitters is what Mortal Kombat was for Vanessa to me.
Cheers,
Where I beat her ass using Striker because I kept using the damn gun.
My dad did play a lot. I was also playing a lot of Doom with my dad. We had our own LAN set up between computers to play Doom. That was really fun.
You see, the games like this for me would be Armored Core and Monster Rancher. Like, I got my new Armored Core, but like I will probably never see another Monster Rancher. You know?
Yeah. Then Timesplitters, and then my dad's like, I got this into this really creative phase at one part with Timesplitters with the map maker. And I did, and I loved Doom at the time, so I kind of set up a bunch of levels. I made 20 levels, technically 22 levels, in Timesplitters map maker that were supposed to be progressive, kind of like Doom, where it was just a bunch of levels you play in a row, right?
Yeah.
And then some of them I set up to have quote unquote secret exits, so that if you found them, you would load up the secret level in the map list. And then my favorite map set was there were three or four maps that I made that basically was you infiltrate this spooky mansion that was having unethical experiments going on. And in the main room of the house, after you get into it, there's a button. There's like three people chained or like locked up, and there's buttons in front of each of them, and you could kill them by pushing the buttons, kind of like the experiments. And then there are 4 different rooms where you go in and you pick up armor, and things would spawn in around you once you pick up the armor, and stuff like that. But then you go to the basement, and there's a button that you hit that ends the level because that's supposed to be the self-destruct switch. But the self-destruct switch doesn't work. So you like hack yourself into the switch and go into the cyberverse to like turn on the switch. And then you go through the cyberverse, and then once you get to the end of that, you go through what I call the dark web. So you go like the deep cyberverse now in order to get the thing working. And then that level's like darker, like has darker lights and more tough enemies and stuff like that. More annoying setups. And then the fourth level, you come back out and you're in the mansion again. But this time the mansion is destroyed, like the thing went off. And so I took like the basement area, which was like wide open in the original, and then I put walls everywhere, kind of simulate like these things collapsed. So then you would walk around the area finding everything. You go upstairs and like one of the rooms is completely gone and replaced with a slide that leads into a death pit. And like everything's just kind of ruined out there. And then you leave the area and then you just go into this area that opened up, and that's where your exit is in that spot.
I mean,
So
shit. If the builds are in there and stuff, like we could have a ton of fun with that. Like that progression sounds. That's a very Resident Evil reminiscent progression.
Yeah, I mean, and obviously, you can't like set the maps up to actually load in order like that. But you just complete one, then go to my list of levels, load up the next one, and go on like that. But it was like I was very proud of that setup. Like I was very proud of how I thought of that and how I had that set up, especially like going from a normal area to a ruined area. I was very proud of how I did that.
It's sure. Eventually use that on your what's the word I'm looking for?
Resume?
Nah, portfolio. Eventually you'll use that in your portfolio to like, hey, I'm gonna make my own game now, bitches.
And then I even I took one of the simplest levels in Doom, which was episode 2, map 1, and I recreated it as best as I could in Timesplitters. And that was one of the secret levels.
Amazing.
And I mean, it's extremely blocky, obviously, because the map maker, you only had squares. You couldn't do curves or anything like that. It was all squares. But I recreated it as best as I could, and it was really fun to do that. I ran out of space because you only, at least in those games, because they were on the PS2, you can only have so much space dedicated to use to making these things. And every tile you put down, every weapon you put down, every AI or like a story AI thing or assault AI thing that you uses up more of the memory. So you can only have so much done.
Well, it's basic conservation of RAM. Like that's but even then, just being at that age with the creativity to make it, like it's you know.
And then one of the funniest things though is I don't remember if they do it in Timesplitters 2, but in Timesplitters Future Perfect, for some reason, if you have doors in a level and you get too far away from that door, bots will get stuck behind that door until you get close enough, and then the door will open up, and you'll just see like 10 bots pouring out of the door.
It's so funny to me hearing that, because like I'm sitting there hearing that, it's like, okay, well, this is PS2 era. This is the builder here, blah blah blah. Okay, but how many games released last year had that same exact fucking issue, and they were created by AAA studios and not some random 8-year-old in her basement?
Yeah. But it was a lot of fun playing with that stuff, doing those games. Like, I have a lot of nostalgia for them, so you can understand why. When, like I think I said before, when I first heard about this game, way back, it's been in development for 12 years, probably about 6 years ago, like a year or two before Timesplitters Rewind, the Glitch Splitters build came out. Like I said, I think it was maybe even 3 years before that came out. I had found the webpage that they talked about in that timeline, and I'm like, oh shit, there's a fan-made remake of this thing coming out. I'm gonna get on that right away. And I found that it wasn't quite built yet, and there was so many problems that they talked about on the page. I'm like, okay, maybe it's not gonna come out. But at first, I was checking every month or so to see if anything new would come out. And when nothing new came out, it became like every 3 months. And then that nothing came out. Then I didn't check for 6 months. Then it didn't come out. And then I didn't check for a year. And then it didn't come out. And then for like 2 years after that, I completely forgot about the existence of it. And then I checked randomly one day. And there's I don't know how I found out, but I think I just typed in Timesplitters Rewind on Google, and then the YouTube thing came up with the official page or official video, and then there was the Glitch Splitters video, and I'm like, huh, okay, this is only like a couple months old. Let's see what they've done with this. I watch it, and he talks about like the troubles in the past and how this is going to be the new build and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, I'm getting excited again. They just recently put something out in there, and I can understand why nothing came out recently. And this is going to be cool. But I mean, now I think 6 years later, and they're finally actually coming out in 18 days with the actual game.
I've
And
got
I'm just
I've got so many things that exactly like that, like you just described.
so no, I mean it's like, and the thing that I helped with this, like I didn't just sit there and watch.
Yeah.
I was selected to be a QA tester out of the thousands of people that were in the Discord, and I got to play the pre-build of it. I got to play the tomb level. I got to sit there and test with like 10 other people. And then after the testing done, we just had good old-fashioned death matches in the levels, both to test how the levels feel and to see if any glitches happen while like legitimately playing the game. And it was just a fun time. I was sad that I wasn't able to get to do it more, but art comes first.
Well, it's
Will
yeah.
always-
Yeah, that makes sense. It's like for me, Lunecra always comes first. Like, if I were selected to like play test, I mean, I have play tested like miniature games and stuff like that. But like your loved ones always do come first. But like then it's also a passion project, and you did help with it, and you do want to see it succeed and stuff. Like there's layers. Life is not black and white. That's something I like really
Yeah.
try to impart to people. It's like that life is a shade of gray. There is now, not to say there isn't truthful good and truthful evil, but like life itself is not. You have to approach the layers as you approach it. So
yeah, and not only did I work on this, it like I said, it's a game from my childhood that I sunk probably way too many hours into playing.
yeah,
Like this, I played the hell out of this, and I was just sad that I could never play online with people. Like Call of Duty was so much like they had a PC port, so you could play online with people.
yep,
And I played the first Call of Duty online with people. I got really fucking good at the game. I got recruited into a clan that at the time was like one of the top 10 clans of the game. And I wasn't some low-ranking small fry either. I wasn't top, but I was like around the middle of the clan. So I was really fucking good at the game, and I didn't play the other guns that everybody else used because I still remember in that game the Car 98K was the meta rifle in that game, and people used the bar and then something else, but I liked using the Sten PPSH for my SMGs, and I used the Mosin Nagant. That game's where I got my love of the Mosin Nagant. I just loved its design. I loved its iron sights, and I could iron sights people really well in that game while people were using scopes.
Yeah.
So I was really good at the game, but nothing really like. I also got really into Halo. I even went to a friend who had a LAN party with Halo. That was fun, but nothing quite matched playing Timesplitters. Like just like you said, how off the walls it is. Like the random characters and the quirky situations. And in Timesplitters too, like all the characters had a bio, and they were paragraph. They're like a paragraph long of characters that didn't even go in the story. You'd have paragraph long descriptions of characters that weren't ever mentioned in the story. They were just inside things, and they would have this whole description about them. JoBeth Casey in the game is apparently the sister of of Mary Beth Casey from the first game, and you learn that she likes getting weird things for show and tell. Like they have backgrounds to them, and then in Future Perfect they don't really the gameplay itself is so much tighter in Future Perfect, but so much seems lazier in Future Perfect. Like they're just trying to get a game out.
Well, it
So,
sounds like that probably was exactly what's happening. That's when if you look at timelines in like the world and stuff, that's when like the money really moved into gameplay, and like that's the era we kind of start seeing the the soul leave AAA gaming and stuff. Like you can trace that on a timeline.
Yeah,
So
the game, I guess, yeah, the game itself felt so like the game itself, the gunplay, the balancing of the guns, all felt really fun and really good. Hello, Carmine. Um,
what's up, Carmine?
felt really good. Felt really good to play. But like I said, the map maker just lost a lot of his personality. The characters descriptions became a lot shorter. There weren't as many like histories in them. And like in Timesplitters 2, like every character had a history, and even the unlocks themselves. A lot more shit was unlocked from the start in Timesplitters Future Perfect. Oh yeah, I didn't even mention that. Timesplitters, for a lot of the characters, you had to do the challenges or the story in order to unlock the use of these characters. And in Timesplitters 2, every challenge or every arcade had 2 or 3 unlocks for the game, depending on if you got bronze in it, or if you got silver, if you got gold in it, or if you got gold for everything. But in Timesplitters Future Perfect, you basically get 1 unlock per challenge or arcade level, so you don't get to see a long line of unlocks. Like the biggest line of unlocks in Future Perfect I got was 3, whereas in Timesplitters 2, I got like 5 or 6 unlocks from one level because I had beat it with the gold, so I got the 2 characters that you get from that, and then I got the character that you get from getting finishing all the arcade levels of that with the gold, and then you also get like a cheat or something like that with it, because this game also has built-in cheats, but they're not like invincibility. They're like big heads or human gun sounds, weird ass things like that, which are eventually planned to be put into
God.
Rewind.
I miss those, the little quirky Easter eggs and stuff.
Yes, like that is planned to be in Rewind at some point. I don't think they're in quite yet though.
Hellman, sorry. Hellman was commenting how AAA gaming ever had a soul, and like I know there was a time period where AAA gaming was like the way we think of indies today. There was a time period where every AAA game was an Expedition 33 level of care to it. There was a time period where every AAA gaming title, I can't say every because like sports games was always existed, but but like there was a time period where the vast majority of games genuinely had love and care. They weren't there for the money. They were there for, pardon the pun, the game.
Yeah. Nintendo might have been anti-consumer from the beginning, but their early games still had soul to them. There was still love and care put into them.
I mean, think about how many people fondly remember Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time, Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo.
Love and care that the Nintendo actually put their soul into was Punch Out for the arcade. You know the one.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
Mike Tyson's Punch Out. Oh no.
Yeah,
Not that one. Or that one.
Yeah, there was one.
Got the wireframe Mac.
Yep.
Oh, wireframe Mac. Yeah. But then
like there was a time period where there was genuine love, even from Nintendo, even from EA. Like EA had some fucking fantastic Gex. Does anyone remember fucking Gex?
Yeah, I remember Gex mostly because I watch a channel called like not Did You Know Gaming, but Easter Egg. But it was Oddheader, but he does Easter eggs, and one of them was he talked about Gex, where apparently the lead designer of Gex wanted it to be like a stunt game where you played as a stunt double, but Gex obviously went away from that, and then he put in little Easter egg levels saying that had the message saying that these fuckers read my game. That's the reason why I know Gex.
Yes, gay sex. No, it was a game like it was an old school like early platforming exploration game where you played a gecko that eventually becomes a secret agent. It's like it's the kind of game that paved the way for Spyro and Jak and Daxter and stuff like that.
Other early like games like Perfect Dark was another.
Oh god, I fucking love Perfect Dark.
Perfect Dark was what blew my mind as a kid because you had guns that had alternate fire modes. You had things like the orb gun that shot through walls.
And Perfect Dark had a good story too.
It did. And then you had the laptop gun, which I still remember because it was my favorite thing because you could just throw it down. It was a gun that you could use. It was a SMG, but then you could throw it on the wall or on the floor and it would be a turret. And then you could pick it back up and still keep firing it.
And we're talking the OG Perfect Dark. That second one kind of sucked.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I haven't touched the second one because I didn't want to because I was scared. But then Perfect Dark was also the first game that introduced to me variable lighting, where if
It
you
was one of the
shot
first
a
games that
light
did it.
out, if you shot a light out, it would get darker.
Yep, it was one of the first
and
games
that blew
did
my
it.
mind as a
Yep.
kid. So much time was spent shooting every single light I could find to see how dark it would get.
Yep. Yeah, Perfect Dark also had like some of the best like vehicle controls of its era.
I don't remember that so much, but I also remember it had bots as well. And I also remember just the level of bots. It was like easy, normal, hard, and then you had meat bots. I remember the meat bots because it was just such a weird name, and I could never figure out if that meant they were easier than easy or harder than hard.
There were so many nights. So I never owned an N64, but my cousin Rozone did. And he had both GoldenEye and Perfect Dark, and we played GoldenEye like 3 or 4 times, and then we played Perfect Dark, and we never looked back at GoldenEye. After we played Perfect Dark, we never put GoldenEye back in his N64.
That sounds a little unfair because GoldenEye was one of the first, so it had a lot of rough patches.
Oh, I'm not denying that at all. I'm just saying, like, everyone's got that nostalgia for GoldenEye. Mine's for Perfect Dark.
Yeah,
like,
same here. I played Perfect Dark way more than I played GoldenEye personally as well. And then also look at the old Mario Tennis for the N64. Played the hell out of that. Mario Kart 64 was one of my favorite Mario Karts.
Donkey Kart. Like
Diddy Kong Racing.
Or Diddy Kong Racing, yeah. Oh, Diddy Kong Racing was so much fun. But when the first time I did a Mario Kart hadn't done it yet, but the first time I did a Diddy Kong Racing race where like my car shifted into like an airplane and a boat and shit, I was blown away. I was like 7 or 8. Like I was not old, but like I was blown away. This was radically new stuff. This was in the 90s though, like 90s early 2000s. So.
Donkey Kong 64.
Yep.
One of the 3D Donkey Kong, but it was done so well.
Yeah, the Donkey Kong rap.
The DK rap was one of the big reasons.
DK, Donkey Kong,
DK, Donkey Kong is here.
Well, like okay, so my like hands down.
Taylor is going crazy.
Yeah, Taylor's been trying to pull his book for a while, and he never gets it.
He did it. He did it this time.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
No, his book is y'all like Legos. Taylor Times Guide to Flirting. He is not, which is funny because like normally when he stops trying, someone comes in and immediately pulls it. But Taylor, thank you for finding Clippy, a brief history of Microsoft's most prolific hitman.
Didn't I have some books put in here? I forgot what they were.
I have 170 something books in here. You have books in there. Tom has books in here. Blue has books. Easy has books. But like, pretty much everyone has given me books to put in the list. There are books in there that have never been pulled. You and Tama probably have somewhere between 10 and 20 each in there. But I have 170 some odd books in that list.
And I can't pull because I can't log in. I'm sad.
Yeah, Sag. We'll get that sorted out one day.
But going back to like AAA, I had Soul, Duke Nukem.
Yes.
Dude, like, even the Apogee games that were on had a bunch of like badassery to them back when that wasn't very common.
Well, it's like
and
So Expedition 33 has as absurd as my favorite game of all time, but it is just a natural progression. For the longest time, Legend of Dragoon was my favorite game of all time. The active time battles, like active like button hits and like a turn-based battle system was fucking revolutionary. And that was like when even voice acting wasn't that common in games yet. So like Legend of Dragoon blew my mind the first time I played it.
Sonic Adventure.
Yeah, Sonic Adventure was a good one.
That also had voice acting in it on the freaking Dreamcast.
Yep. Resident Evil 1 had some voice acting, it just wasn't good.
Yeah.
Wasn't good voice acting.
You almost became a Jill Sandwich.
Thanks, Barry! What was that? Oh, some kind of cannibal! God, I love that fucking game.
But a lot of my favorite games are actually on the PS2 as well. Like Grandia 3, I've actually bought the first 2 Grandias on Twitch or on Steam, and I haven't played them yet, but I intend to find out what the previous story was. Star Ocean Till the End of Time is one of my favorite games of all time.
Star
and it
Ocean
gets
2 is my
dumpster-
favorite Star Ocean game.
People dumpster on Star Ocean Till the End of Time for its story.
Yeah.
But maybe compared to the first two, they say it came out of left field. Maybe compared to the first two, it did. But in the game itself, it gave you plenty of hints that something was up, that something was going to happen, that was going to be normal.
Star
Like,
Ocean, Star Ocean Till the End of Time is a fantastic fucking game. Like, I don't understand why people pick on it.
Like I said, it's because of the story. They say the whole 4D realm came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And it kind of didn't. Like, as early as even the first like real planet you go to, like Fate is starting to have migraines. Of course, you don't really think of it then, but when you look back, it's like those were his powers starting to activate and stuff like that. And then at the end of towards the end of the planet, like his powers fully manifest. So it's kind of like a light hinting of stuff that's to come. That's not like directly in your face about it. And then the powers come along, and then you get this girl laying a bunch of exposition on you saying where his powers came from. And then you're like, oh, that can't be true, right? So then you go, and then she's like, I'm gonna go prove it. Like, come with me and I'll prove it to you. And then she comes and proves it to you. So it's like a slow buildup, right? But so I don't think it was that bad of a story at all. I really liked it. And I liked the combat in it because it lets you to free position. It's a real-time battle where you open up your menu to do your magic and all this stuff. It had a combat system that was based off distance. So you had different moves depending on how far away you were. And I loved the game. And then the dungeons were really fun. You could get into some crazy ass areas really early if you were willing to risk it. Like the Runes of Sefario is supposed to be done way later than when you find it, but I always go in there right away because there's a weapon in there that's way earlier than you're supposed to get a weapon of that power, which just makes it a breeze from that. makes the rest of where you're supposed to do a breeze at that point. And then the crafting stuff was really fun with the crafting guild, where you had like characters that had different crafting levels, and you could make shit for your characters that you would never find anywhere else in the game.
Oh, you want to know? Okay, how about another game that we're gonna go real quick. How about another game from that era that just is just like a pinnacle game, and it's super late PS2 era, but Rogue Galaxy.
I've heard of Rogue Galaxy. I have not played it.
Oh, really? It's on Steam. I gotta get it for you. It is fantastic. It is a amazing space opera JRPG. It is. I should do that. It's great. I love it.
But also other PS2 games from my era that I played was, like I said, Grandia 3.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know how the story compares. I'd never hear anybody talk about Grandia. That's just something nobody ever talks about that I've found.
The only other person that ever talked about Grandia that I knew passed away 2 months ago.
Oh no.
So.
But Grandia 3 had a really interesting story. And its combat was interesting because it didn't have quite free roam, but you could move your characters into different positions, and it had like a 3D battlefield you could guard, and then it had the acting system where like you had to wait for your turn, but that you could use special abilities, and you would act you would have like a wait time, and if you could interrupt people in that wait time, which was revolutionary at the time. I've never seen a game that done that before or since. And like if you interrupted them, you could send them in the air and then do air combos and stuff like that if you timed everything up with your characters that were doing stuff. And the magic was freaking insane. Like, because a lot of the magic had like cinematics that went with it. Like Absolute Zero would like teleport you to like this frozen planet, and you would just send like an ice crack at the opponent. It just looked and sounded really nice. Like it's a really good game. Star Ocean doesn't have the same kind of cinematics to its magic because it's not supposed to, since it's a real-time thing instead of a turn-based thing. But the magic in there still looked good. And then one of my personal favorite games was Suikoden Tactics.
Oh, Suikoden, yeah, Suikoden's fantastic.
I haven't played I again bought the first games on Steam recently because I want to go play them, and I haven't gotten around to doing it yet. But Suikoden 4 was apparently considered one of the worst in the game in the lineup.
I have played 2 and 3.
But Suikoden 4 again was the only one I've played because it's on the PS2.
Yeah.
So I played Suikoden 4. I thought the story was fine. I mean, it wasn't revolutionary. Not going to win any awards or anything. But I thought it was fine. Some people said like a lot of it felt rushed. And I'm like, I can see that. I mean, I haven't played the original, so I can't compare them. But
yeah,
I can see why they felt rushed. But I thought it was fine, and then you can import, this didn't happen very much in these early games, but you could import your save data from Suikoden 4 into Suikoden Tactics.
Well, there's a couple games that do that because like you,
I'm just saying it didn't happen very often in the PS2 era, especially in the PS2 era.
There were a couple of the Fire Emblems you could do that. You could port people like generic people over to farther games and stuff.
It wasn't generic people, but it was actually the two main characters of the game. The main character and your best friend could become recruitable characters in Suikoden Tactics if you completed the game with every one of the 108 stars. You can import that save data, and then you could have the main character and the side character recruitable in Suikoden Tactics. And Suikoden Tactics it's a fun game because it takes the tactical genre and gives it an extra layer by having elements. And every character has an element, and if you put an element on the ground, that is their element. They get a buff. They get HP every turn. They get stronger, have more defense, stuff like that. And then you can put negative elements that do the exact opposite, hurt them every turn, make them take more damage and do less damage. So it becomes and then there's also back hits and everything like that. So if you attack from the back, you're more likely to hit, and they're less likely to do things like counter. And and then they also had team attacks and stuff where if you build camaraderie between people, they would block. They would, if they were in range, they would help attack, or if they're in range, they would defend, so you take less damage. And it just had a bunch of complexity to it. But the thing is that the game itself is super short.
Yeah.
You can beat the entire game in a couple hours.
Yeah.
If you just went to it.
Raided with 7 views.
Oh, hey, Ray.
Oh, Jesus. Hi, Signum. How are you doing, buddy? Welcome in. What are we doing? Oh, God, you were playing Dark Tide.
Like when a man and a woman back then like each other very much, they will touch up each other and then send out an attack that is quite honestly like a setup player.
Fair. What's up, buddy? How was Dark Tide? Hold on, helmet. Those helmets look great, dude. I actually like those a lot. So I think those will look good.
So you spoke right as somebody rated on, and they're like, "What the hell did I walk into?"
Oh, so we're here talking. So I just closed the pages because I was like, okay, we've gone off topic. Hold on.
Well, if you're wondering, this is quite normal at Prof stream when it comes to anybody else being in the call as well.
Yeah. So my friend here. Hi. My friend here was one of the QA testers for Timesplitters Rewind, and she wanted to come talk about it and basically talk me into playing it, which she's done quite well, actually. But long story short, that's what we've been talking about for the last hour and a half.
We're talking about Timesplitters Rewind, and then we kind of got off topic. Started talking, like somebody in the chat said, "What AAA gaming had a soul at some point?" So then we just started talking about our experiences with old AAA games.
Yeah. Prior to that, I actually told some stories about Signum and my old gaming group.
Era AAA gaming was when was the golden age because they had some semblance of soul. And then after that, you started hitting microtransactions every game.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is like there's actually we're getting to the point where video gaming has existed long enough. We actually have like distinct eras where we have the build up where it's you got Atari stuff like that. Then you go into the first gaming boom, which is where you get like the
Nintendo,
the Saturn, the first console wars, so on and so forth. And then you go into the first indie boom, which is shortly after that, and then you go into the second console wars.
Believe it or not, EA used to have a soul, and I call it somewhere around Madden 2002.
Yeah, I'd say it's around the time Oblivion came out. So yeah, playing Power World, co-streamer called it. Okay. The other thing is earlier, I am taking a break for mental health reasons. We talked about that earlier. I'm not going to get back into it right now. After tonight, I am going to help Blue with something on his stream, but I will not be live tomorrow. And then my next stream will be the 19th for Eldest Gremlin's birthday stream. So, and then I guess 3 days later, we're fucking playing Timesplitters apparently.
Yeah. And I'm gonna play it on your stream because fuck you.
Yeah.
I I'm bullying you to streaming it because I want to see. I want to see your first reactions and have that on stream for posterity.
You don't have to bully me that hard. I'm already pretty sold on this. It looks fun as shit. I saw Sigs. You pulled anything good? But
Oh yeah, no, that reminds me, Prof. How's your Gundam card game addiction going?
I am missing exactly 10 cards to have a full playset of every card in the game currently.
I can say it in the equivalent of Pokemon. Why the fuck did I just pull 6 Weedles in the same pack?
Bro. Okay. So,
Prof, going on a rant now.
I can't believe that for 50 cents. I meant that I got this card worth 50 cents now. I'm swimming in good cards now.
okay, so I got 2
The
boxes.
best part about me not being in the call is that I can't hear Prof rants. I can just cut them off and say all the shit that card game players don't want to hear. Like, hey, don't you have to read some of the effects of those cards? Or that's probably not a viable thing if you actually want to have fun.
God damn it.
He says, "God damn it."
I bought 2 fucking boxes, right? I needed the LR
I'm so glad
Gundam
that I'm not a
X's.
card game player because I can look at all of you and say, hey, at least all I spend my money in is in gacha, and those are gonna last longer than the next patch.
God damn it.
He's in tears.
But so I got 2 boxes of set 2. I needed 4 copies of the LR Gundam
pretty much
X.
anybody.
Yeah.
I needed 4 copies of the LR Gundam X. I pulled 1 out of 2 boxes. There's a rare Gundam X. I pulled 12 copies.
Say that card game player hasn't been able to say in some time. Wow, my favorite character just got a buff. Now they're in the meta.
My fucking god.
I was just ripping into you without even being here.
I'm not ripping into Prof. Just
All right,
card
everyone.
game players. I just need to say the things that are there.
I'm gonna go cry now.
The developers actually care about what I want.
Man, I'm so glad I don't play Magic anyway.
That's cap, and you know it.
What?
He said, "I'm glad I don't play Magic."
Yeah, but it still rings true for every other card game.
Yes.
I only play 1 card game.
I told you about that site that has every card for free on its site, and you can, do builds. We could play against each other with that if you wanted.
Oh, we can.
I would have.
And you say you're not a see how quickly you jumped on that, Prof? You're not a Magic player.
Yeah.
I also wanted to point out that I would be willing to do
it.
that, and I'd have an inherent advantage over you and Kato simply for the fact that I can actually read. Wow, who would have known that one person was half a working eye, or half a working eye and the other eye not working, can read better than you do when you're playing card games? Real card game hours over here.
You know, Prof, I have half of mine just to play in Pokemon Showdown because of this.
Crystal, I need you to summon Exodia on him for me.
That's the wrong card game. There's Prof.
I don't care. Just do it.
He wants me to summon Exodia on you in Magic the Gathering.
Yeah. I've had Exodia summoned on me in the Naruto card game. That same card game that had cards from the X-Men that you could play on that one system that they had a long time ago.
Yeah.
The cards
and the Hyperscan, I think it was called.
Yeah, I had that.
All I know about the Hyperscan is from the AVGN, and it did not sound like a fun time.
Oh, it was not. my favorite part is the Marvel cards, where Frank Castle canonically has as much strength as Wolverine.
I have a full set of Big Zamsig.
So, Prof, we should go on Pokemon Showdown and play a game. Test your Pokemon knowledge.
That has been getting tested heavily recently.
Because you know what Pokemon Showdown is, Prof?
Yes, I've played Pokemon Showdown. It's the
Okay.
Yeah.
It's where you see a lot of people draining seed on people.
Yeah. I like playing I like playing randoms actually.
You can play against Ott too, and his weird ass team that he has.
I don't have a team built right now.
Hey, it doesn't take that long to build a team.
Yeah.
It actually doesn't even for me.
Just like the Hold
on, Prof.
That's like
if
the
you
Persona
think
song.
that-
You'll
if
never
it's
see.
going to take a long, if you think it's going to take a long time, remember you could just think of it like a card game, and therefore you don't have to read every ability.
Oh
Exactly.
my fucking god.
So, just like the Persona song, you'll never see Ott's team coming.
Oh, it's all Mux.
Kind of sad that nobody ever sees me coming.
No, it's not Mux, but just I'm not gonna ruin the surprise.
Nah, tell him the surprise. Tell him so that he'll still not see it coming in like a month when he plays it, and then still fucking fails to remember.
So
Ouch.
one of the sets that Ott uses is Sword Dance Explosion Mew.
Actually, just to add insult to injury, I'm wanting to use self-destruct, actually.
Oh my god, that...
Prof loves it. He started laughing his ass off. He's still laughing. You really got him with that.
I'll tell you a minute off stream, okay? I'll tell you what the thought was.
Hey, I actually want you to get on Pokemon Showdown right now. Build a team.
Oh god.
That requires so much effort by Prof. He might actually have to read like a URL while he's in card game mode.
Yeah, but what stage of battle are we playing?
Probably like Black or 6 or earlier. That's the ones I know the best. We can do set. We can do Sword and Shield if you want. I kind of know that one. But
I know 6 and earlier best as well.
All right, so we'll do
UU or RU.
Oh, you want to go under OU? All right.
Oh, we can do OU. We can do OU.
I don't know OU's best. I actually have a pretty good NU team. If you want to do NU.
Okay. I have to.
A format. Wait, is Gen 6 even
available?
over here.
I would have played, but I didn't really want to bring out Macargo so I could nickname it Beep Beep.
God damn it.
NU. Gen 7 or no, Gen 6, not Gen 7. Oh, Sun and Moon is 7. Sword and Shield is 8. Okay, that's fair. Oras, there we
X
go.
and Y is 6.
Yeah. Aura. I'm gonna do Oras. NU. Add Pokemon. Allow storage, yes. Honestly, the only reason I say NU is because of one Pokemon in this team is NU. The rest are PU.
Shit, I don't really play UU or RU personally. All right, guys, we're apparently building a Pokemon team now, real quick. I was gonna leave it kind of self-contained, but apparently we're doing this.
Hey, you haven't played anything with us for a long time. I'm gonna bully you. You know it's true.
Let's just throw a really good a really good offensive type and a really good defensive type. Let's just do Steel Ice.
We'll do a match, and then I'm gonna probably call it because I actually have to drive. Fucking.
Remember, listen to my advice, and you'll for sure win.
See, the only reason I wanted to do Sun and Moon is because it has some of my favorite Pokemon, like Alolan Sand Slash. Oh no, that's Sun and Moon. Yeah, Alolan Sand Slash and
yeah, you're not forced to use that Absol. Asshole.
No, we're doing this. Don't worry about it.
Wait, we're doing Gen. I thought we were doing Gen 6, not 7.
We are. We're doing Gen 6. I'm saying I would have wanted to do Gen 7 because of that. This is that. Wait, no, that's not that. It is this. Nope, that's not what it's called. That's what it's called. Okay.
Let's see. Let's do you.
Oh yeah, I have to set up the stats. Yeah, that looks good.
We'll do.
I have to remember what my old setup with this used to be.
Nature do I want? Wrong button.
Oh shit. The heavy duty boots don't exist yet. Oh no.
Ha ha ha!
Do you have access to? Yes, you do.
Quick throw on a berry that gives you 5 HP back.
Oh, you can't learn that. Stupid Pokemon. That. That. I guess that. For double stab.
Let's do.
Yes.
Do. What? I want.
I mean, this isn't gonna ever come into play, but I'm gonna do that.
Aurora, what is your favorite cat evolution line, and why is it Litten's line?
I like Litton's line until the Incineroar pops up.
Well, that's not liking the entire line. Why do you like the entire line?
Shut up.
Go on, look at how cute Litten is. How can you not like that line?
Okay. Uh, 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 where is it? There it is. Right,
Actually, better
nickname.
yet, what is your favorite starter Pokemon evolution line, and why are you a basic bitch?
Yeah. What's my favorite evolution line?
Yeah, and why are you a basic bitch for it?
I actually don't know what my favorite starter of evolution line is.
Totodile.
Cyndaquil's pretty good.
Cyndaquil is the best starter of all time.
I don't remember
It's-
the middle evolution.
Cyndaquil is my favorite starter.
Also, fucking Frog Ninja's a good one.
Let's be the name. Let's the line. I don't think it counts.
Froakie. Which is actually in this game, but not OU. What? Huh. Oh.
No, he is. Yeah, I believe he is OU at this point.
Actually, I think Greninja. That's the name of the final
Yeah,
version.
yeah.
I think he's actually UU. It's Ash Greninja that's OU. Ash Greninja is freaking insane.
Do you learn X Scissor, or do you not get that until later?
Like Prof could never guess my favorite starting line.
It says you can never guess his favorite starting line.
It's actually the only Pokemon game I've really ever played.
I don't know, actually. Yeah, I don't know if he's ever told me.
Oh no, it's Stone. That's what it is.
That.
Oops.
Jolly? Yes.
I agree with this.
It's so hard to not just use a shitload of ground types.
All right, that, and then. All right. Actually, 3 of my Pokemon are apparently in the 0 use tier, which is like underneath, which is like the PU of PU.
The PU of PU.
Yeah. And PU is already the never used of NU, basically,
Yeah.
because PU is not an official tier. So it's like the not used of the not used. I guess.
Yeah, see, I've been every time I've played like Showdown in the last few years, I've just been random. So
Yeah. Oops, no, not that. That. Yeah.
right.
They do give you guest spread, which is oftentimes really good for what you want.
I've been always doing the 252, 254 spreads. Normally what I lead
Yeah.
to.
But then you don't have to guess the natures either.
Yeah.
All right. Validate.
I'm almost done.
really?
I'm on my last mon now.
Why are they like that?
Ooh, wait, do I want to use you or do I want to...
Validate. Oh. I guess I can't use that. That's fine. I have this. Now is it good? Yay! I'm using a theme team, by the way.
No worries, Taylor. Thank you for checking out Life Most Scary and Breeding Programs, a guide to coding. I think Breeding Programs is a fucking fantastic one.
Yes. I also intend, if you want to play this more with us, whether on stream or not, I can make more teams. Like I actually have a trainer that's in the Pokemon world that is like a gym leader, but for the Sevi Islands.
Oh, nice.
Like the story is that the Kanto League wanted to give another badge to somebody, and so they gave it to the Sevi Islands, and then being one of the only native trainers of the Sevi Islands, other than like Lorelei, who's already an Elite Four member, my character got the go ahead to be the gym leader. So I have a team of them like they're starting out gym leader team, and then when they're actually established gym leader team.
Why?
And then I have teams for like in Gen 6 or Gen 7, I'll have like teams for every like generation that's before it. Like Gen 6 will have like a Gen 6 team, a Gen 5 team, a Gen 4 team, stuff like that.
Hold on, I gotta add a character because it let me take Angron and then it wouldn't validate Angron.
It
says Angron's NU. What do you mean Angron's UU in here? Fucker.
Are you sure you're in Gen 6 NU, or are you in like the newest format NU?
Should be Gen 6.
Okay. Still with Aurora. Still with me. Hi. What is your Pokemon question? I may or may not be able to answer them. I know a lot. I know a lot about Pokemon before a certain point. So if it's anything about the newest generation, go fuck yourself. I know nothing.
Okay, we're gonna bring out the PTSD cow.
Miltank! One, there's only a few cows in the game, and two, nothing else can be the PTSD cow than Gen 2 Whitney's Miltank.
Yup.
Miltank is NU in this? Huh. I thought it would be RU or something, because Milk Drink and defensive Miltank with Milk Drink is fucking annoying.
Yeah, it's listed here. I was like, wait a minute.
Have a Ditto named Optimus Prime, so Optimus Prime can use Transform, and then Optimus Prime can use Rollout.
If you transform into something that has rolled out.
Yeah, like nothing.
Hey, that's fair. Is Prof going to go with the defense curl rollout strat?
No.
Do you even know what that does?
I like to go with the strat of you turn into dying to Stealth Rock every time.
That's fair.
Good old Stealth Rock. Nothing beats Stealth Rock.
Defense curl actually, I think, doubles the power of your rollout.
I did not know that, actually.
Yeah. Beyond Gen 3, Gen 6. Gen 6 has the Gen 3 remakes, and it has the best, what do you call it? Not quirk, but the gimmick. The best gimmick of them all. Gen 6 is Mega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, and then X and Y. They have the Megas, which, in my opinion, are the best gimmick out of all the gimmicks they've introduced.
I 100% agree with you on that.
Lucario.
Mega Lucario, yes. Unfortunately, I don't think there's anybody with megas down in this down in here except for Audino, because Audino is a Pokemon you can get in NU, and I think
Yeah.
it's the only one that has a mega form in
All right.
NU.
How do I purposely find
If you want a generation that has a bunch of new Pokemon and none of the old Pokemon, so you want to start completely fresh, Black and White, not the
Yeah.
second one, but the first one has none of the old Pokemon in it, and it has completely new Pokemon in its set.
All right, nerd. I need your thing so I can find you to fight you.
My name is Trainer Kurita.
Trainer Kurita?
Yeah.
Which
I've-
one had Virgil sitting in like their beach house? I mean Cynthia.
K
Since he has the
K-U-
beach house, it's Black and White.
Kurita?
Yeah.
That's a BattleTech name.
No, that's the name of my of my Pokemon trainer in this world, Kurita. It's
How-
it's not their real name. It's a nickname because it's supposed to be because they're like a poison, dark, and ghost type trainer. And
Kurita-
House
House
I mean,
Kurita is the leader of the Draconis Combine.
Sword Art Online main protagonist.
they're like a ghost, poison, dark type trainer. So they took Cure kind of unironically because it's like the opposite of what they do, and then added Ida, which is a feminine suffix.
Yeah. Yeah, House Kurita is the leaders of the Draconis Combine in
Edgy
BattleTech.
nerd.
I sent the challenge.
I know you did.
Kurat.
Except.
Oh,
Music.
fuck, that's loud.
I forgot about the music.
Came here to heckle Aurora in particular. Edgy nerd.
By the way, this team is actually from the Pokemon manga. This is Yellow's team.
Including the old maid Pikachu.
No, I did Pika-Bell. They obviously have normal Pikachu, but I want
Yeah,
Pika-Bell.
Pika-Bell's adorable.
This is Golurk. Oh hey. The same idea. Ow. Dynamic punch. How about you get out of here?
No!
Get out of here with that dynamics punch shit.
My knockoff!
Oh, hey, Meltank. You know what? I'm just gonna do that just to get rid of your crappy helmet. Sure. Let's see here.
Look out for Prof. His main strategy is making you go, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
No! Fuck.
Oh, hey, Skuntank. My statement stands. Get out of here. Oh, that's cute. Get out of here.
No! My boy!
Get out of here.
What the fuck?
Hidden power grass, bitch.
Yep. Meanwhile, back to the plot. That went about
You're
as well as
welcome,
everyone expected. We can sort that out. I
I
have
kept
to do
looking
more.
up from his desk while he's pushing off all his Pokemon and Gunpla in the same session.
No. All right. Well, with that, I do have to drive 2 hours at 5 a.m. So I think I'm gonna actually jump off and go to bed now, though.
Okay, that was fun to see your reactions. Shell Smash Amistar.
I mean, I expected. I've seen Shell Smash Amistar before. I didn't expect the one shot on the milk tank from the skull.
Plus 2 special.
That was a little rude. Oh. Anyway, yeah, no, we'll definitely be playing Timesplitters though. So,
All right, and I want to play more of this with you, so you can even if it's Gen 6, Gen 7, or Gen 8, like, just so we can you can learn how to play Pokemon, I guess.
yeah, that's fine. I'm down to do that sometime. But like I said, I unfortunately do have to drive real early. So, do you want to say anything else about Timesplitters before I go? We find someone.
Play the game when it comes out.
I mean, we're going to.
I'm saying that I'm saying that to everybody that's in the chat right now.
Do it at gunpoint. She'll gunpoint you.
I wish I had the gun pointing thing.
Yeah.
If you want to make Prof do it, just remember to send him burning desires every day.
Hold on. I actually have something I gotta send you real quick. Speaking of burning
he has
desires.
something to send you. And it's apparently about burning desires.
Well, about what?
Burning desires. You say I got something to send you. Speaking of burning desires.
Well, this should be interesting. I got my phone, Prof. Send it over.
I'm looking
Don't
for
be
it.
lazy.
Give me a second.
Oh, hey, look, an ad break right at the end.
Hell yeah.
Yay! Fucking damn it.
3-minute ad break. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. I figured you'd enjoy that. Alright, but yeah, so as I said before, we will definitely be playing this. I will be going on my 2-week hiatus now. Like I said, I'm gonna help Blue with something tomorrow night, and then I'm gonna be fairly scarce for the next 2 weeks, trying to reset myself. Like I talked about earlier, tonight was good. Tonight was good. I don't feel too bad about a lot of things right now, but I need to get my head back on straight, and I have been in a spiral that I have not been able to leave for over a year now. So it's we need to do a little work on that. But
yeah, I was saying you need to get your head on straight. I'll twist your neck to do that.
Oh, thanks. Just twist it right off then. Just like, no, I need you. Okay, I need you to do me a massive favor.
Yeah.
I need you to grab a claymore, scream, "There can only be
The
one."
portion engineer video I sent him is pretty good. And this is where you get the gooch and coolant to cool off the nuts. Then
No, see, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lollipop chainsaw you.
Amazing, beautiful.
the only line that I actually remember from Lollipop Chainsaw, even though I played it like 4 times over the course of my life, is Juliet just all of a sudden saying "undead douchebags."
Amazing.
You're gonna be Nick. Is his name Nick? Yeah.
I never played Lollipop Chainsaw.
It's kind of surprising that one would think that I played the game because I'm a gooner, but more so I played the game because it's by Suda51.
That's fair.
Which he has my favorite series, except for the third one, which is No More Heroes.
Yeah.
I only played the first No More Heroes. I really want to play more, actually.
We still can't hear you, Prof. Just to let you know.
It's the best part.
Okay. All right. So we have 2 options. We raid over to Krim, who
Prof
is
didn't ask me
building.
to be in his chat, so I can't hear him.
All right, we have 2 options. We can raid over to Krim, who's building a keyboard for Val, or we can raid over to Neff, who's doing the second to last day of her charity streams. Which one are we looking at?
Probably Neff.
The snacks are real
Do
nice.
Neff?
Soda sour mixed dry. I'm lit. Can't
Oh
deny.
my God,
Whatever
Tama.
whatever you need to.
All right, we're gonna read over Neff. She's doing the charity for the disorder that killed her mother. So please be
Up there
kind
with
to
the
her.
great like gooning desires. Have you sent Prof that? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This
Oh
is
yeah.
a bully
Oh yeah.
mother
He
friend,
has.
'cause it's such a good one.
I-
If you didn't want to sing CPR, sing that instead.
I used to.
Goon me to the moon. Prof is like flabbergasted at me just sing gooning desires. Yeah, it was a good one. I'll goon until it burns, and then you'd have to say the little thing in the background. Ah.
Jesus Christ, guys. All right, so we're gonna
Just
shoot
do
over
a
to Neff.
pre-recorded voice line of whenever you pull a character that is part of the free pool in Honkai Star Rail. That'll do well enough.
God, I haven't played Honkai in a few months.
That's why you should start playing ZZZ now.
I can't
That
afford
way
a
you can
gotcha
pull
game.
modding, just as disappointed as the rest of us in the ZZZ community.
All
You
right,
can play ZZZ for free.
Yeah, you can.
no, you can't.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
No,
It actually has a lot more. It's actually a lot more free, free to play friendly than Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail combined.
It'll trigger
And
my
guess what? We
collector.
actually got a good anniversary update on like Honkai Star Rail and Genshin Impact ever.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead. Like I said, we're gonna raid over to Neff. She's doing the charity stream for the
I can't believe how good they did on that anniversary.
Let him raid.
Charco Marie Tooth
That's all.
Association.
I can't.
I will, like I said, I'll be back tomorrow with Blue to help him with something, and then I will be gone until the 19th. So I'll be around Discord. That's kind of about it. I'm gonna try to make myself scarce, play some games with friends offline, and actually, try to detach. Have some play some physical miniature games and stuff with the kids. We're gonna do the kids' first D&D session, so wish me luck on that, because it's only me, the three of them, and Lunecra, and I'm not inviting anyone else into that right now, because that's gonna probably be a shit show, but it'll be funny at least. Anyway, thank you guys for coming, thank you for hanging out. Aurora, thank you for coming, and honestly, selling me entirely in this fucking game, you monster. And
Hey, it's the biggest thing about it though is that it's entirely free. No microtransactions are going to be in it at all because
Yeah.
it can't.
Yeah, exactly. That's a fantastic thing, to be honest. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and send on over.
It's not a really good game. Not having microtransactions hurts.
He's right, actually. We're gonna send on over. So treat her well, and I will see you guys on the 19th. Yeah. So have a good night tonight. Have a good time, and class is dismissed.